I just ruined the thumbnail. Hold on.
Oh,
Go
okay.
back.
Yeah, we're going back.
Is this sort of like, like those...
We've got to make a GIF out of that now.
Is this like one of those family reunion photographs where they're like, okay, now everybody do a crazy one?
Yeah, Marge, no. Stop it.
Marge, no! Real Brick Wall is busy trying to transcribe the journal of 5P.
We will see you next week.
Yeah. Woo! I'm going to need a David Caruso quip from Pellio at some point today if you've got these shades coming on and off. Sorry.
Who's going to provide the scream?
Not me.
From CSI Miami.
Oh.
Puts his glasses.
The body
takes them
was
off.
behind the refrigerator.
The ear was
That's the
already
quip
off.
Well, it's one of. I feel like he could do this kind of like incredulous thing where like somebody says something. What?
Oh, God.
I feel like that's what it's got to be.
Did he make those himself?
He
That's
did.
what I want.
He did.
So it's just a bunch of sticks, basically.
Pass me those sunglasses for a second, because if I was Pellio, it would be easy.
I
You could
can't
just-
wait.
You thought you were shining bright, but you just got eclipsed. And then everyone just unsubscribes and leaves.
Okay, yeah. See ya.
Because
As
the
they
world will
should.
never get better.
Wait, you should.
Speaking of unsubscribing, thanks, Miss Rich, for subscribing.
Yay! Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
beautiful.
was a moment that I had where I. Hi, welcome to Full Party, where
is
where
down,
puns
left
are
is
the
up.
order of the day. Apparently, did you guys have a good weekend? Week?
I
Whole
saw
week?
Midsummer.
Oh yeah.
It was great.
It was everything you could have hoped for and
Yes,
more.
tons of Wicker Man vibes all the way.
Do you have the hiccups now?
I do, because
Oh,
of
boy.
Midsummer.
I'm so excited by it.
I really wanted to come in wearing a flower crown today.
You should have.
I don't
Live your best life.
I don't have a flower crown.
We'll make you one.
Let's go to the meadow.
Nice.
Come on, let's go.
All right.
It's just over there.
Bye, guys.
I saw the When the Dead Don't Die or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's okay. It was yeah, no, it was lovely. There were some things I would have not done personally, but who fucking cares what I think?
That's the Jim Jarmusch one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The director's just at home, like,
I did it for
yeah,
you.
Jim
Amir.
Jarmusch watches.
No, Amir didn't want it. Why didn't he tell me?
I just really wanted Pellio to be.
Mr. Are you?
I was looking at the achievement list.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
I wonder, have I told you that there's one called acceptable loss?
No.
No.
So what do you think acceptable loss is?
Or we kill someone, but we feel okay about it.
I know.
Wouldn't we have already achieved that
Yeah.
several times?
When one of the PCs has to die to save the others.
Damn. Wait, to save the other one?
The only way.
Just a hunch.
It's not bad.
Can you spend
It's
experience?
definitely not that.
Oh.
Can you spend experience after you die? 5
Can
Pass
you
could bring
spend
you back to
experience-
life as a ghost.
Can you spend experience after you die sounds like the perfect sort of like autobiographical title.
For like a
But
role player for
but
like.
the book has to be released posthumously.
Of course. Very important.
From the Ghost Journal of 5
You know, speaking of the Ghost Journal of 5 Paths, why don't we look at the real Journal of 5 Paths?
It's right here.
Every week, this segue, so good.
John took a specialty in segues, actually. Linguistics 3 segues.
In my
From the Journal of 5 Paths, shall we? Shattered reflection of sorrow leaves the cave, the birthplace of cities, hoping to fight another day. He leaves behind the 4 Solars and their 2 Jayas. 5 Paths can't bring himself to kill his friend and stalks off, ready to hear Pellio's advice about liberating himself from his past. River Jade guards the snarling Jaya, while Nyx, the other Jaya. It's really
You
good.
can't even read your own writing.
No, there's just no verb. Well, Nyx speaks with the other Jaya, bruised but not broken. who reveals that she is a zenith. This is rough, guys. Sorry, my apologies. She tells the knight of her time flying with 5 paths and how she had to be interrogated by Stilllight to keep his cover intact. No, why would she be angry? She heard directly from the unconquered sun, who told her to help everyone fly. 5 paths, mind made up, moves towards the sad Jaya, and, kissing her, absorbs some of her injuries to allow her to stand. Together, the circle, capital C, stands against the abyssal Jaya, bringing weapons down through her rotting flesh? Ugh. The abyssal illusion falls away, and the rest decide that the time is ripe to head to Nexus. Pellio and Sight of Light talk about their connection and his previous great actions. Nyx confronts 5 paths about his connection to Stilllight. Sight of Light reveals another form to River Jade. Quoth the Raven, forevermore. And the next morning, they each have a gift left for them. Shoes, a gold coin, a book of magical materials, and 4 crisp white pages of parchment. But where is Zio?
She did.
Whoa!
No.
Oh, that's going to be unfortunate.
I should point out that 2 things, just specifically from what you said. Circle? Has this been decided? Have you?
No.
Okay. Second, you wrote the word abyssal.
I did. Like several times, yeah.
5 Paths has no idea what one of those is. Now, he could have chosen to call them that. I just want to point that out.
Maybe he
Five
names them.
Paths invented the name.
Yeah, that'd be great. But thank you for pointing it out. Look, John, I don't write these. I just receive them.
I never called them an abyssal. I never called them an
Except-
abyssal.
No, but I just...
Except
Except
to
what?
one of these 2 when they read intentions on Jaya, but I don't remember what. I think it was on Good Jaya.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think Pellio.
Yeah,
Heard.
Pellio read intentions on Good Jaya,
Said
and she had
she's
something about abyssals.
Afraid of abyssals or doesn't like them or hates.
But that could just be a
hates
coincidence.
Oh, that was my high school band.
abyssals. I remember that coming
those
up.
guys.
Jaya called them abyssals.
Yes.
I didn't.
So she named them. Okay, got it.
Wow.
You make a good point.
Got out of that one. Look.
Sorry, John.
No.
It's a steel trap. It's not.
Do you have a mind like a steel trap?
It's like a. It's.
Alfarius wants 5 Paths to be the author of canon, of this whole world.
Yeah. It's a pretty good ultimate goal.
And I look down and say, no.
So, if I told you that only 1 player had spent experience this session, would you believe me? Who is it? Wasn't me.
Oh, are we doing the
You
thing?
can do your thumbs out. Yeah, thumbs out, guns out.
All right. This is just to build tension, guys. We're gonna go thumbs up, thumbs down.
Oh,
if you
wait.
did, it's thumbs
Oh,
up.
it's
If you
that.
didn't, it's thumbs
Experience.
down.
2, 1.
Yay!
What'd you buy?
I bought Iron Raptor Technique, aka the Thor Charm, is what I'm
That's
calling it.
100% what you wrote too.
That's basically what it is.
Amazing.
It's how it helps me remember what it does.
You
Throw
know.
it, and it comes back.
Any questions before we start?
No.
How was your weekend, John?
It was great.
Lovely.
And at the same time, disappointing.
Oh.
Don't ever go into a best of 5 with 2 wins and expect that you'll get at least 1 more win before you get 3 losses in a row. Just don't expect that.
I was a professional ping pong player.
Ping pong. Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Wait, what?
But I appreciate you asking.
No problem. Now I just have more questions, but I will.
Should call you River Question, Jade. Charisma 2. Appearance 4.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Do you know what the definition of the word nexus is? Go ahead.
The center of something? The meeting place?
The hub.
The hub?
will.
Thank you.
The center hub.
Epicenter. I want to hear Amir's definition because I feel like it's.
The hub.
That's so good!
Yeah. So you're welcome, everyone.
We defer to Amir on matters of this caliber.
A nexus is a means of connection, a tie, a link. It could also be a connected series or group, or it could be the core or center as of a matter or situation. Or it is a specialized area of the cell membrane involved in intercellular communication and adhesion. But we're not going to go into cell biology.
Can I? Okay.
I point this out because a nexus is not just a core. It is not just a center. It is not just a collection. It's actually, more than anything, a means of connection. Nexus as a place has, as one of its great triumphs, a law to simply not impede trade. Most other things are tolerated. Yeah, mass murder impedes trade, so it's frowned upon. Theft sometimes impedes trade. But more than anything, Nexus isn't about the laws of the land. It's not even about the fact that it's a city-state, a massive city-state, but it's a connection. And it's a place where connections can happen, or when they fail. As promised, we're going to start in or just outside Nexus. But what I will say is that there has been some things that have happened while Jaya has been recovering. Also, Five Paths has been recovering now that you soaked up a bunch of hurt.
I did, you're right.
A whole 2 things of damage.
You tried for so
You know
much.
what? One day I'll be Essence 5.
Remember the 5 bracers that you found? The 5 orichalcum bracers? There are now only 3.
What?
I wonder why.
Did someone steal them?
Do you want to describe what happened?
Yes. So, John kindly let this happen,
Nope.
but River Jade has turned her hammer time, in brackets, into an official hammer time. Meaning it's now a Grand Gormal hammer artifact.
So,
Laced with a cork.
Orichalcum?
Orichalcum, thank you.
or a cork.
Or a cork.
Kirk.
To give you the idea of the difference, hammer time was a hammer that could be wielded in one hand, used for forging and the like. A Grand Gormal is a hammer that is about the size of River Jade.
But not quite, because she wants to be bigger, so.
So it's pretty big.
Just lop off a little bit at the bottom.
So this then also makes Slash Dance the only mundane weapon in the game at this point, because Kama, Garrote,
But we would
Gormal-
never know how upset you were about this because you're so good at hiding your emotions.
Well, and is Slash Dance truly mundane?
Fair, I suppose.
But
It's
What a
that
feeling.
how
means
it's used.
there are a couple of
Or a calcum.
orichalcum, thank you, bracers left. I'm trying to be suave and it's not happening. It's me.
But you also still have a
Slide them
collection
onto
of
the-
jade and moon silver.
It's true, it can still happen.
You've got a bunch. You've got like just a group.
As long as it's still named Slash Dance.
It will be
Oh,
named
good.
Slash Dance, but
She will insist on it.
yes. Should hope so.
Will it be like Slash Dance 2? Revenge of Slash
Electric
Dance?
The Slash Dancing?
The Slash Dancing?
Yes. I mean, it's up to Amir, but
Yes, right.
at some point it shall happen.
I'll point out to all of you that if you haven't already, you should restore all of your health, all of your willpower, all of your motes that are not committed. Is there anything else that you wanted to take care of before you get to Nexus? Is there anybody who you're deliberately leaving behind?
I don't think so.
Oh no, I'll just stay here with my books. I'll see him in
3
1,000
exalted
years.
and a hermit.
Come back in 3 years. He's still there.
Slightly longer beard. This long.
It's like Home Alone, but with 5 paths.
No, I think we're. Sight of Light is coming.
And maybe
And
we
Jaya's
could
coming.
suggest that she not take wolf form within the city limits, unless she's teaching me how to do that.
Are you giving me commands?
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. But you must understand that Nexus isn't particularly used to seeing wolves walk around in its streets, as far as I remember. Might have changed, but
Oh?
yes. So, in the interests of discretion, I would urge you, perhaps, to take your present form. Unless you want to teach me the trick.
So you're saying that in a city populated by normal people, that wolves don't wander around? You're saying this as if it's new to me. You're saying this as if I don't already know. That's very kind of you.
Thank you. I'm trying to assist you in your scientific explorations.
Pellio, are you mansplaining to the wolf how to be a wolf?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I think you're right. I might have mansplained to the wolf.
Pellio.
Yeah.
I
It's
apologize.
3019. I don't know what year it is. I have no idea.
All right, that's it. Game's over. I'm happy.
I'm just kidding.
I acknowledge my privilege as a... I'm going to stop this before I get in trouble.
Humansplaining.
Thank you. Real brick wall.
That's a good
Coming
day.
through for us once
It's a
again.
good day.
Oh, she's dying.
She's dead.
Would you prefer that I looked like this? And then she just changes from the woman who you see before you into a 6'4", quite large, dark-skinned man,
Oh.
hair down to his waist, a shocking red. Is this what you'd prefer to see?
And your voice has changed.
Something like this.
Absolutely. I'm a big fan of that. What do you think? We need a bit of muscle.
You realize that I had to drink the heart's
standing
blood of
right
this guy
here.
too.
I know. Sorry, you realize you had to what?
Drink the heart's blood of this guy too.
Yeah, well, that's...
See, when you put on a disguise, you don't actually have to taste their life essence. You just have to observe them for a while. I would say that's a better trick, don't you think?
Yes, but your transformation seems so much more complete and authentic and interesting, and I don't particularly mind drinking blood. Just saying. Nothing.
Wait.
I didn't say nothing. In the interests of pursuing my craft, I will stop at nothing.
So you're saying you drank blood to do a play?
To transform in the way that our friend here can transform, I don't think I would object to drinking blood, assuming that the blood can be mixed with other libations of an alcoholic
Oh, so
description.
as long as it's a cocktail and you can't taste the blood, you're fine with drinking it.
So you know that when I say
Indeed.
heart's blood, I mean blood directly from the heart.
Lap it up.
And presumably you can
Must
be
we?
mixed with some sort of spirit or wine.
So you can tear open this poor sod's chest, throw whatever libations you want, pouring it directly over his still beating heart, and then pierce it with your own teeth, sucking the blood down your gullet while at the same time enjoying a slight alcoholic buzz. And then she morphs back. Or,
That
maybe
was Jess.
maybe you can discover a different way to do it. It's possible.
But
You're a very smart person.
I want to learn
You
your
know
way.
so much about wolves and cities.
I take the point. And he scuttles off, embarrassed.
Oh.
I mean, it's not just me, is it?
No.
I didn't think so.
What time of day is it?
Morning.
Pellio, here. You can have both these. She's handing you the O bracelets.
Oh, the O bracelets.
I realize that does not sound better.
We're calling them O bracelets, folks.
Especially to Pellio.
Or a calcum.
I
Are
know.
these O bracelets? I feel much better.
They could be big O bracelets, but the roof would eventually just be permanently installed. Cost a lot of money.
True.
Oh, too soon.
Too soon indeed.
Still?
I'm keeping the third.
To do what with?
I don't know yet.
What are these made out of again? Just kidding. Thank you, River Jade. Love you.
She walks away ashamed.
And
So that's two people who have walked away ashamed. Are we going to go
No,
for
no,
three?
he
So five
puts them
pass,
on
I guess
his
it's
leg.
just you and me having a conversation now. Just
I
the
walk
two of
away
us.
ashamed.
And you get them.
And winner, by last standing.
Congratulations. No, I'm kidding.
Nyx is gathering her things and getting ready to head into Nexus. With or without these punks.
Hey, no, we're going.
Yeah, we're going.
As you're starting to gather your things, Nyx, Jaya just sort of makes it known that she's standing there without like any kind of ahem or calling your name, but she's making her presence felt.
Does she seem like she wants something?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Have you ever been to Nexus before?
A long time ago. I wasn't there for long.
I've never been in a big city.
It's
Is it easy to hide
easier to hide in a big city than a small one.
for us?
Yeah.
Is that what we want?
You lose yourself in the crowd until you figure out where you stand. Yes.
You and I are opposites in a way. You're supposed to remain in shadow, and I'm supposed to be in the light.
Well, don't be in the light if you're gonna get burned. Nyx is like really proud of herself. In that line. She thinks she's so cool. It's so sad.
Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you.
For what?
You listened to me.
I threatened you and made you tell me everything.
But you listened. Others threaten and then tell you what to believe. You threatened so that you could learn the truth.
The truth is more valuable to me.
Then can't you just accept my thanks?
Fine. It's weird to think you don't want anything, though.
I owe you a lot. I just hope that at some point I'm able to repay it. I owe all of you. I wasn't there for you when you needed me. And yes, you seem to have managed just fine. That doesn't make my failing any better.
Well, it Debt is a language I can understand. Believe that you owe us if you want. I'll happily see it repaid. Are you coming with us?
Yeah, I think I'd like that.
Just don't draw any attention to yourself.
Can I ask a question about Pellio? I can't read him,
He doesn't want to be read.
but I'd like to think that I'm a good judge of character.
I like to think I can see things that others can't.
And with him, it's like a brick wall.
The work you've put into being a good judge of character and the work I've put into uncovering things, he's put into hiding himself away. He's created
But why does he seem so sad about that?
because he wants people to try, all the same. Makes him feel wanted.
He is wanted. Anyway, I'm ready to go if you are.
Oh, I was ready hours ago. We're going. We're going.
Okay,
Coming.
We're going.
I know.
so Sight of Light
beside
is
you.
indeed not in a wolf form. She's traveling with you now in her natural form, shall we say. Zio, as I said, is not with you. She disappeared.
Okay.
Are you taking the things that were left behind when we last finished?
I am.
Already
Yep.
in the buff jacket.
So you're.
How much do you have down your shirt
I just like
right now?
she's just wandering around like
A
this.
lot. It makes her look a bit bigger. She's okay with that. She wants to look as big as possible.
I think the hammer's gonna help with that.
It's in elsewhere.
Oh
Yeah, that hammer won't fit on the buff jacket.
my god. You in what army? Bing bing! Let's go. Like,
Oh my god.
it's pretty awesome.
You
I am bringing the pieces of
Wearing
parchment.
the shoes currently.
and the coin.
I got it. It's in my pockets.
Was there any? Sorry to interrupt, John. Was there any like trace of where Zio went? I'm not the best
How
investigator, but
fucking dare you interrupt me? What do you say? You want to track Zio? Is
no, I
that?
just want to know if there was any trace of her leaving.
That's actually a really good question. Which one of you would like to try to find that out?
I would like to try to find
Aw.
that out.
Oh, it seems
Unless
to me.
you would like to try 5 pads. It was your idea. You go for it if you want.
I feel like, no offense.
No, I assumed. I assumed
I
that
feel like the.
I was gonna do it because I figured you wouldn't.
So what are you gonna do? That like I assume you would have tried this the morning after.
Yeah.
What would you have done?
I'm going to circle the area specifically around my trap because that would give me the clearest indication of what direction it was crossed.
Okay. 2 dice.
I got this one. Thank you.
You're fine. Fine.
Oh no. What?
Are you kidding me?
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Ruh-roh.
It's 11 successes.
That's
Oh my
it's quite the opposite.
God.
Quite the opposite. Yeah, why are you guys saying uh-oh over there? What's going on over
All
there?
right.
3 zeros.
Well, just yeah, like
So
spent an
11
amazing
successes
roll on-
is a few.
Oh, I see.
Nix.
Yeah.
She's headed towards Nexus.
Oh.
Oh,
Uh,
great.
throughout your journey towards Nexus, you are positive that she is also headed there. Even though the trail becomes weeks old on your travels, you can still see evidence of heavy footprints, because after all, she's made of metal, she's heavy. And then you know that she entered Nexus seemingly as anyone else would, just normally strolling through and entering the city limits.
So as we're getting ready to leave, I'd like look toward Nexus. Zio's in there.
one more reason to head in.
What do you think she's looking for?
You said she's to become a city.
Right. This doesn't seem like the best place to do that. Wouldn't you agree?
It's just already a city.
Exactly.
She's meant to become a city in a place where there wasn't one before.
She didn't say. No,
What
in
if
fact,
she's an upgrade?
she's like
What?
like a pool? She said she would become a city inside of her creator? Five
What?
Paths is trying to remember. He goes to his journal to check.
Yes, that is what she said.
Well, we can stand out here and speculate as to her reasons, or we can head in there and find her and ask her. Before we do that, however, how are your taste buds faring at the moment? I have something to whet your appetite, my good boy, the likes of which you have never tasted in your whole life.
Well, that's probably true. What do you mean?
A cured meat with hints of saffron and honey.
Was it sick before?
No, cured. It's been marinated in a kind of liquid and left to dry. Cured in that sense. It wasn't sick at all, my dear. Anyway, if you're hungry, I know of a great little spot. Pork rinds in a saffron and honey marinade, the likes of which, just to die for, truly.
Why would we want to die?
Oh no, that's a figure of speech.
Oh, I know. I was just giving you an opportunity to be smart again.
I've been one-upped again. I have no answer.
Pellio,
Yes.
I love this idea. Would everyone like some pork rinds?
Who's
Yes.
buying?
I would be happy to perhaps perform for some coins so that we can afford this meal.
I think we can probably afford it, especially since the owner's an old friend.
Five Paths turns out his pockets. They are empty, save for an old quill. And his parchment's rolled up
Oh,
somewhere
did
else.
you just not get any of the jade? Any of that
Oh,
talent
no,
of
they gave
jade?
me a
Just-
quarter of it, but I don't know where it went. I'm kidding. No, I have it, you're
Whoops.
right. Well, I'm not going to smash it into bits. I mean, that is kind of the
It was
point.
already smashed into bits.
Oh.
It was given to you as
I turn out my pockets and go, oh,
whoa.
an old friend.
Friend is probably a generous description, but
You
Acquaintance?
said you had loads of friends. in
I
this.
said I had a few acquaintances. I didn't say I had loads of friends. Anyway, pork rinds. How many? 3, 4 pork rinds?
I would like to try what this is. Saffron and honey?
Yes, a saffron and honey marinade, as far as I recall.
That sounds expensive.
I'll take care of it. And he
It's
winks
very
again.
kind of you.
Oh,
Shall
we
head in?
just didn't have food like that in Numa. I would love to try. If I could.
Yes.
What are you all dressed in?
A very buff.
You're pretty buff. Yeah. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Do you like cut the buff jacket's sleeves off just so that you can kind of be like,
show off the gun.
Yes, yes, I do.
She's used the fabric elsewhere that she cut off.
reinforcement to just
Yeah.
contain all this stuff?
That's pockets.
Oh, sick.
5S.
Well, I mean, my original blue robe got, cut and slashed and whatever.
Bloodied.
I think I'm just wearing a very simple shirt and pant that I have perhaps maybe fashioned. No, I'd like to sort of be wearing some sort of like nod to the original blue robes. So maybe like like a small flowing piece of like a shoulder cape. I don't know what those are called. It's not a cape, but like just like a piece over the shoulder here.
Sure.
Maybe a king.
Pellio?
I can do this.
Silk doublet with a sash
See this guy.
as opposed
What's
to
up?
a scarf.
Yeah. Wow.
So we're moving past scarves and we moved on to sashes.
We're past scarves. Yeah, we are.
Scarves
in a
get you in
past-
trouble,
It is
bud.
3019 after all.
Did he tie the scarves to create a sash?
A
Or
post-scarf
is it a new
society.
material?
Yeah, and the leather shoes that you very kindly gifted me, and the orichalcum bracers.
It's
Wow.
gorgeous.
And
Right?
Nyx.
What a mark. Nyx is like, oh god. Nyx is wearing her usual or like pants, long vest.
Goes up to here.
Was it with the cowl? Yeah.
Cowl. Yeah. So cool.
Jaya has taken her monk's robes and has fashioned more of like a dress out of it, whereas Sight of Light is also equally just wearing sort of pants, shirt, nothing terribly fancy for either of them.
Are they still my pants and shirt, or is she wearing?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Okay.
They're still yours, unless you've demanded them back.
No. That would be mean.
Would be appropriate. They're yours.
She's got a buff jacket
That's true.
that she
buff.
can hide many things in.
Buff jacket of holding? Excellent.
Are you just strolling in, or are you like trying to conceal yourselves among caravans entering Nexus? Or are you just walking in? At the moment, you're not necessarily a wanted. Well, none of you are wanted except for maybe Pellio. But I assume that you've changed your hair up a bit and maybe
Totally. Yeah, I've done my hair. I'm different. I'm wearing different clothes.
you shaved.
I shaved. Yeah, I kept the mustache.
Of course.
Okay, the mustache.
But but I grabbed Five Paths by the wrist.
What?
And I said, "Come on," and and I make a beeline for Ultro the butcher's pork rind stall in the marketplace.
I like it.
Welcome to Ultros. We're very happy to serve you pork rinds today. Today, just for you, a special thing that I not make for anybody else. Honey saffron.
Ultro, I see you managed to get the stain out of your shirt.
Wait,
Yes.
is it possible that light is playing tricks on me?
No, I don't believe
Here,
so.
come here, and he grabs you by the cheeks and just
Oh,
yanks you.
yikes.
Ooh, Ultro.
Is it truly you again?
Don't tell anyone. I'm back for your pork rinds.
Of course.
Can you
Many
give
a man has sacrificed lives to taste pork rinds from Ultros.
Really?
No.
Why would you?
What do you want here? Why did you come back?
Why would you advertise that?
Ultro, we've had a very long journey, me and my 6 companions. If I could ask you to offer us 6 rounds of pork rinds, and then I will regale you with every tale of our journeys.
You kept mustache is good look.
Thank you.
Sweeps up nice when you are going places.
I tend to agree. And my mustache, I have to say, was inspired largely by yours.
Keep it on down low.
Your mustache is only 25% of Ultro's mustache.
Of course, it pales in comparison, but
You introduce friends, yes? And he just pulls out a barrel and rips off the top with his hands, and just you can hear the crackle as he puts his hands in and starts pulling out what is essentially rendered fat,
Nice.
fried and crisped up with honey and saffron. You can see that there's I mean, this is Nexus. So when we go into a butcher shop in Nexus, you don't just see the sort of meats that are like, oh yeah, the meat that I would normally. Like, this place, first of all, is huge, and second, it has animals you've never even seen before, and you still haven't really because they're without skin and are hanging up to be sold. You can smell sizzling sausage and curing meat and any number of other just like marvelous cuts of meat that are laid out on what is hopefully somewhat sterile straw. But but he starts scooping these things onto it. Yes, your friends, they have names, yes?
Yes, they do. But I should probably let them introduce themselves.
Who is Pretty Man? Come here.
Are you speaking to me?
Do you see other Pretty Man here? I am only Pretty Man normally. Now I have you. Shut up.
Standing right.
And Pellio.
Stuff face.
Ultro, this is a wonderful place.
What is your name?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Five Paths Ascending.
Is nice name.
Thank you.
Nice name for Pretty Man.
Thank you. I feel...
What are you doing with rogue like this?
What do you mean?
Pellio? Oh, sorry. I say quiet. Pellio is big spy!
No, Ultro, I've had a career change.
Career change?
Yes, I'm not sure if you heard the rumors or perhaps saw what took place a while ago.
I remember tea shop explode. It's okay. Third-rate tea shop. Not really upset.
I tend to
You were
agree.
supposed to die in it. Didn't, though.
No, indeed not.
Someone else did. Don't remember his name. Not big deal. Didn't know him. Lousy tipper.
Are you feeling all right?
Look at me. And he just smacks all like 350 pounds of like... Well, okay, so he's got a dad bod. So he's definitely like really ripped and strong, but it's sort of coated in this layer of not nearly as strong.
How strong?
He's got like strength 3.
Strong.
River Jade rolls them in.
But he's also like coated in a nice comfy layer of fat. But like, you know, he hacks at things all day.
Yeah. Well, the long and the short of it, and I'll spare you the long version for the sake of time, as I see your pork rinds are almost ready.
They're pork rinds. They're ready already. I put them on plate. You eat them.
I'm trying to.
Then you
save-
give me money.
All right. Okay.
Extra money because it's good and company is excellent.
Company's wonderful.
Less money because you bring you bring pretty man with you. Also ladies. Why ladies?
Well, these ladies are also pretty. Wouldn't you agree?
Just looks from lady to lady to lady to lady. You're all right.
Julian's laughing. No, I'm laughing.
Hey lady, why are you pretty? Tell me. Ladies pretty because of mind. Men pretty because of, well, look at you.
Well, look at the two of you.
I
Yes,
I like to think it's my graceful attitude.
Graceful attitude? Yes, I like this. Graceful. You show yes later?
Sure.
Do you dance?
No, Ultro, you don't want to do this 5 paths. I've been there, and it's not the right decision for you at this time. Ultro, he's taken, all right? So
He's
just-
taken.
Yes.
No one's taken for outros.
Whoa.
Look, you are
Very confused.
you are blacksmith?
Yes.
You see, you know how I know. Come here, lady, come here. Give arm. Give arm. So you see,
She does.
right arm, very strong. Left arm also strong. Not quite as strong.
It's just as strong. I'm ambidextrous.
What?
Yes.
Well, now she proves me stupid. You brought me a lady who make me feel stupid.
Oh, Ultro. You
I
should
meant no offense. It's just, you know.
You know how to get stronger? You eat pork rinds, and he just takes the barrel, lifts it, and just he pours a heap, and just passes it over to you. The grease just starts flowing off the plate. Who is this lady? You tell me, lady, come here. Hello, hi.
Also, not one
have
to
many
trifle with. Ultro, she has the capacity to vanish.
No, she
on
does
command.
not. Look at her. Lady like this, no
Also-
vanish. Lady like this, want to make self known. Lady probably has pretty name.
Where you
Pretty
get
name
your
for lady?
mansplaining?
No,
And
my
she just
mansplaining is
turns
now.
Would nice lady like pork rinds?
Lady would like pork rinds.
Excellent. And he takes some pork rinds and he puts them on the plate. And as he starts to hand it to you, you can see that underneath his sleeve, there's a ribbon. White ribbon.
Also,
What?
how?
I'm surrounded by interesting people, and you keep talking blah blah blah. It's always don't say my name. Oh, I've got a change of career. Okay, tell me.
Also, I know you like teasing me, and
Do you need a place to stay?
A bit of banter. No, we're all right. But what we do need is some local information, rumors and such.
This I can do. You tell me.
Yes.
You tell your good friend Ultros.
Well, I'm just quite curious about whether you'd heard of anything happening as a result of the little incident that took place at the tea house.
General knowledge, Pellio dead.
Yes.
Not so general knowledge, not dead. You were a result of big light.
Ridiculous.
They send you up north.
And who told you that? I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Also, why don't we play a little game?
A light game.
My friend River Jade will challenge you to an arm wrestle. If she wins,
I'm going to win.
Oh,
indulge me, please.
Sorry. I mean,
I
yes.
don't think River Jade is indulging you for anything.
And
I
not
am
only
indulging
will
myself on these pork rinds. This
Goddamn
is
right.
the most
Excellent
amazing
pork
meat
rinds.
I've ever
Yes,
had.
I know.
So, what do you say? Arm wrestle, and she'll use her weaker hand.
I just told him I was ambidextrous, so he knows I have.
Pellio,
my
what do
weak
you
hands.
want?
Information.
I'm already giving you
Well,
information.
no, you're being a bit coy. I find you're being a bit circumspect.
Look. Who is your teacher friend?
What do you mean, in the theatre?
Yes.
Morden.
He come in here about a week after you leave. Devastated. Thinks that you're dead. About 3 days later, somebody comes in and says very specifically that you are not dead, but that I am never to tell Morden.
And this person was whom?
Somebody who owed me favor.
That person presumably had a name.
Had one. No longer.
And what might that name have been?
Name is dead. It would be unreasonable to speak name now.
Well, I'm afraid there might be a reason, which is that I need to know the person's name so I can find out.
Did he have blonde hair?
No. Look. I could try to find this person for you,
On the ship.
but you must understand. It is rude to use a name that has already been discarded.
Yes, it is rude, and we wouldn't want to be rude. You've been frightfully kind, and it's wonderful to see you again.
There
my old
is
friend.
more to tell you.
Oh,
Tea shop, boom, gone. Sinus, not pleased.
no, we discovered that, didn't we?
Sinus spent time making sure that there was no one else who was in league with you. Rafta more than pretty bad.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
His theater, gone. He rebuilt, smaller, not as big audiences. People worried sometimes that he's lost his edge, but he scrapes by.
Where is the new space?
It's about I'd say about 1,200 paces from here north. Is not hard to miss. Has a special name. You'll see when you get there.
Should we eat?
Would anybody like to see wares behind? Excellent wares. I've got lots of shoulder today.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
Pretty lady like you don't like shoulders. See if I can find something else different. Do you have money?
I think I have some. And as I'm like looking through my purse, I let the ribbon show.
Fine. But only a moment. I have to reconcile with men with different appearance and pretty men over here. And two ladies who haven't spoken at all because I've been speaking too much.
Hey.
So he like just lets a rope drop so that you can pass behind the counter, and he goes behind a curtain.
I'm gonna follow.
So am I.
Oh,
What the fuck are you doing here?
Well, I wanted to see your wares.
Eat your meat, Pellio.
I want to see his wares.
You're going to see my fist in a moment.
Altro, it's
You
me.
You know only one person behind here at a time. I don't want you influencing Lady's decision. Also, you get better price. Now I am insulting her because if you come back, I either have to give your price, in which case I lose,
You do have
or
to
I have to
give his
give her normal price, in which case you lose.
You will
No
lose.
good.
Ultra.
Get the fuck out of here.
Pellio, you've got to have some of these. She's just like kind of covered in pork.
Has,
Doesn't really quite understand how to eat.
Hey. There are things we need to discuss, but business first. It's always business first here, yes?
I got a bit excited. I'm so happy to see you again, Ultra. You do
Of course
understand.
you are. Because I have best pork rinds in goddamn creation.
You do. They're very good.
Has Five Paths had one yet?
They're like good. I wouldn't necessarily call them like transcendent, but
Yeah,
they're
but-
good.
They're actually not as good as they used to be.
RJ's not
Oh,
awesome.
you fucking bitch. And he just starts shoving you.
Ultra, I'm just teasing you back. It's a bit of banter. Come on. And I just give him a peck on the cheek.
oh.
Not as bristly without your beard.
Yes.
Is nice.
Thank you.
Now, he turns back and he whips the curtain closed.
Now, try this.
There, in front of Five Paths, there is a plate that has like 2 or 3 grease spots on it where there were probably some things, and then he like takes that one too. Thinks about it. I'm not sure I understand. It seems very decadent.
Well, yes, it's very decadent.
I like it. But it seems like we should be rewarding ourselves for something with these. I don't know what, though. I'm not sure what we would need to reward ourselves for.
You survived another day, and I didn't kill you.
Both great things.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh.
Survival.
Right.
I need to know. Any of these clients? The one he seeks is...
Turns into a bulldog.
I cannot give him what he wants.
Morden, you mean?
Not more than the man who warned me. He gave me information relating to this man, but his name is dead,
I understand.
which means I cannot give him what he wants. Would he understand? Does he know?
No.
Good.
How would we find this man? Don't give a name, but maybe a place. If we're going to be here for a time, we need to know who's aware of Pellio's identity and take care of them. He needs to be dead.
I've given him a new chance. You do not get to kill this man.
We just need to know what they know.
You know, for somebody who is carrying so much money, I assume that you might require an accountant.
You assume correctly. I have, and I show some of the jade. This was not procured by legal means.
Oh.
Then you might need somebody who can launder this money for you. I would recommend going down, not far from Morden's New Theater. Actually, just a few doors down. You look for an accountant there. I wouldn't be able to give you names.
Of course. Accountant near the theater.
Yes. That man is very special to me. He has done things that have saved so many for so much. But Pellio is more. He is different.
You care what happens to him.
Of course I do. Wouldn't you?
What kind of bond do you two share?
I think we're both reading intentions on each other at this
Yeah.
for sure.
Does just the lasers come out of the eyes and like
point. So his guile is 4.
you just do
Whoa.
this?
Okay.
Ultra.
Ultra.
Have to have that guile to hang out with Pellio.
Your guile is currently
4.
All right, so we're basically just facing off here.
Clashing?
I'm gonna give you,
Yes.
no, this is not a clash.
I
I'm
know.
giving you 2 dice, however,
Clash read
for,
intention.
You.
for that. And what are you specifically looking for? The bond between him and Pellio?
Yeah, so any intimacies related to Pellio.
Intimacies related to the Solar Exalted.
Yes.
Oh, is what he's looking
He's
for,
looking
yeah.
for that from her.
Oh,
Whoop.
okay. I don't know.
Shit. Oh, I should probably have some of those, hey?
If you don't have it written down, I'm still going to be able to,
It's
you know,
implied.
it's a thing. Four. Oh, Jesus.
Absolutely
What is
redonkulous.
it?
13.
How?
You were complaining about your dice luck before the beginning of the game.
My test roll was terrible.
So bad.
Oh, my test roll was so terrible,
It
but I'm just
was.
gonna beat the shit out of any roll that I come across today.
13.
All right,
I'm
well,
sorry.
it turns out that we both won. However, you got 13 successes, so I might give you a little extra. Maybe just because you're nice to me.
Aw.
Thanks.
And your pork rinds really are the best in creation. Okay.
Eltros is not what you would call a spy.
Okay.
What he actually is, though, is somebody who facilitates others. He's a drop point. People give him information, which he then gives to others. But that's the extent of it. He doesn't go out seeking it, and he doesn't go out giving it away. You have to know the right dance, the right words, the right everything. But the thing is that he grew fond of Pellio. His tie to Pellio is fraternal affection.
Aw.
And it's a major.
That's nice. Especially he's been gone for a while.
It should be pointed out that he wasn't especially surprised to see Pellio alive, so he clearly didn't believe that he was dead. And it's also pretty clear that he recognizes that he is exalted. Not necessarily what, but from his descriptions, it would also be pretty clear that he doesn't seem to have that much of a problem with it.
Okay.
So an ally then.
What are Nyx's, if any, intimacies towards Solar Exalted?
So she doesn't have any specifically towards the Solar Exalted.
So I'm going
But,
to
I'm
going to say
use
that
your
you are
judgment.
probably okay with Solar Exalted, as in you
Yeah.
do not believe that they are anathema who deserve to be
No,
killed.
definitely not.
All right, we're going to say that that's what he gets from that. Fair?
Yeah.
And you understand that he's read this.
Absolutely.
Okay. The others too. It's not safe here, but it's not safe anywhere
It's not safe
for you.
anywhere.
If they're not clients, then there's
wedding
limits to what I can do. What I can say, though, is that I'm tired of this business of Pellio's business. I've seen lots. And Sinus is not pleased.
Sinus is a problem.
Sinus is definitely a problem.
Sinus is hiding something in a vault in Nexus.
A vault. I could get map to show you where a vault is. Beyond that, I don't know if I can help.
I can take it from there.
It has been a long time since I've seen him. He has done much, and he is a good man. I miss Bafo.
I think he misses it too.
There is one other thing. People are on the lookout for one special like you, but not you. There are rumors that there is other Exalted somewhere in the city, anathema, moving around.
When did these rumors start?
Approximately 1 week ago.
Do they give any description of what they look like?
Only that wearing green sarong. If you need place to stay, is not comfortable here, but you can. If you need place to hide, is perhaps better.
Right. We'll find other accommodations, but we will speak again. If you need anything from me,
There is one thing. You have to tell me what pretty man likes. I want to smile before he goes.
he loves storytelling.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Tell him a story of the city. He'll love that.
Here, for your trouble. And he lifts up like a chest that is at the moment covered in just sausage meats. And he puts a very, like about this size, just a glass vial. And he pushes across to you.
What's this?
I figure you need this more than I do. Don't sniff it too closely.
What does it do?
Horrific things.
I pocket it.
Oh, good.
It's got maybe enough to dose twice. It's not a whole lot of liquid. It's a lot of glass for a very small amount of liquid. I'll tell you what it is later.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, in the rest of the shop, Jaya just has taken one and she's... Oh, it feels sinful to eat this.
Tell me about it.
Oh. Is this how you eat always in Nexus?
Yeah, on Tuesdays. Tuesdays, pork rinds was a bit of a thing in the theatre.
What's Tuesday?
It's a theatre term. It refers to
The day after you go dark.
the day after you go dark. Yeah.
The theater.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear.
Yes, I would like to visit.
I would like us all to go, if you'll have us.
Yes, I think we should go immediately before we find any sort of sinus vault.
Of course.
I want to get to the bottom of this.
Is Nick's back?
I think Nyx is back now.
Ah, Nix, how was your little chat?
He wouldn't budge on the prices.
Good old Ultra. Stubborn as an ox.
The door to his shop bursts open, and in strides in a man who very clearly had like a great military bearing and a great military body, but has since gone a little bit to age. Like a paunch, a little bit of scraggle on his chin from not shaving every day like he used to, but still carries himself ramrod straight, and he is wearing a cape decked out in sinus colors.
Can I duck behind the counter real fast?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
You don't need to roll, you're in. Ultro! Ultro! I need meat, and I need it now. Hey. He places himself next to 5 Paths.
Good morning to you, sir.
Morning. Look, I see that you're enjoying the pork rinds today. Are they extra crispy?
I wouldn't be able to tell you, sir. This is my first time.
First time, huh? Where are you from? You sound like you're from the north.
That's right.
Well, I spent some time in the north, let me tell you. Bastard of a place. Cold as fuck. But there's some nice people around there, let me tell you. Hey, Ultra! Ultros comes back out. Ah, I see. Excellent. What would you like? Celine. Well, I'm here. I just need, the usual. Just enough that you can fit into one basket. I'm just gonna make sure that I take it out with me. So you're from the north. How about you? You from the north? You look like an East girl to me. East. Not quite as friendly as the north, but let me tell you, the weather, excellent weather. And some of the best fish you'll ever find. You'd think that'd be in the west. Not so. Along the river, some excellent eats.
You're a traveler of creation, aren't you, sir?
Been on 6 campaigns. Time that I put it down, though, they tell me that I just can't take the strain anymore. I tell them that it's just because I like eating too damn much. And he smacks you on the back, just like... he's strong,
Yeah.
not River Jade strong, but strong. Yeah, just
Oh,
make sure to get that in there.
Thanks, John.
she rolls live it otherwise.
Hey.
It's important.
She does
Listen,
it.
you're all travelers. This one's on me. And he flicks a large bit on the countertop, which is enough to cover all the food that you're having.
Thank you.
Oh, it's very kind.
It's not often that I get to see people enjoying the finest meat market in Nexus.
That's a very bold statement. I hear it's a big place.
You don't hear, you see. Look around you. This is just one tiny corner of one of the biggest places on Earth. And let me tell you, here in Nexus, it's the best place to disappear. Isn't that right? Oh, I could stay here all day. I won't. My wife would kill me. How you doing?
I'm well, friend. How are you?
It's great. Can see that you're from around here.
I do a half a double take and then try to just put my head down.
Yeah.
I do
I'm
not
not-
recognize this.
So yeah, I'm not used
right
to it
away,
yet.
I
but
don't
I am going to let you roll, though.
Please.
So I'd like you to roll intelligence and bureaucracy.
Nice. Ah!
I have 3 of those.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my
Time
god.
to put those fucking pips to use, motherfucker.
Actually, I'm gonna.
2 dice, 2 for your stunt.
Oh,
Is it Celine with a C?
Celine.
Celine? Like S-E-L-E-N-E?
Seleeen.
S-E-L-E-E-N. Thank you.
7.
Nice. He was a colonel. A big deal. But you know that he was honorably discharged? And honorably definitely has some quotations around it in that
Right.
whatever caused him to be discharged, A, wasn't serious enough to have him killed, B, was probably kept quiet because they didn't want to cause trouble. Thing is, He was known as being quite popular among his soldiers
Yeah.
because he was less strict on them the way that he should have been, but a very effective commander.
Can I reflexively engage the flawlessly impenetrable disguise?
Yep.
Okay. I'm playing the part of former Sinus soldier. Sir, respectfully,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you remember, I served under you a few years back.
Let me look at your face, son. Yeah. Yeah, you've got the cut of a man who's served under Celine.
Yes, sir. And a lot of the boys from the battalion, sir, we heard some things about what happened, and we just wanted to say that we're behind you and that we feel that it is unjust.
You hold yourself, soldier.
Sir,
They start hearing you say that sort of thing, and you might just get yourself court-martialed.
understood, sir. Our loyalty to you, however, was and continues to be unwavering, and we just wanted to express to you that we have your back, sir. And
Loyalty is something that you got to earn. Now, they give orders the way that they gave us orders. That's not the sort of thing I'm going to put up with.
yes, sir.
If you truly think that you can't handle the orders they're giving you, you need to find your way out of the service, and quick. They were kind to me. They're not going to be kind to you.
I'm just glad to see you doing better, sir, and whatever happened, I hope that you've been able to move on from it. And thank you for the pork rind, sir.
Anything for the boys. Look. The last campaign was rough. And I know that a lot of us have ended up scattered. There were good moments, but I just couldn't take the trade anymore. You understand?
I do understand that, sir, and respectfully, and I don't know how reliable these rumors are, but I heard some things about and I whisper the word sabotage to you in your ear from up top, sir, and that was the reason they discharged you, sir.
I refuse a direct order. That's it. That's all.
Oh,
I refused to deal in the trade. Now, as long as I hold on to this coat, and as long as I'm playing nice, they have no reason to kill me or my family. But my loyalty is not to those who would barter with the lives of men and women and children. My loyalty is to those who served under me. But I'm telling you that if you can't handle the same way that I did, you don't enjoy the same privilege. You gotta go. You gotta run. And you go back and you tell the boys and girls that too. You understand me?
I do, sir. Is there some way that those who served under you and who remain loyal to you can get a message to you going forward?
You just gotta talk to my wife. She still runs the fishmongers out close to the wharf.
Thank you, sir.
Enjoy the rinds. Thank you, Ultra. Yes, it's good. It's good rinds. I get out of here. I get meat basket, go. What a joker. All right. See you. And he grabs his basket and he walks out, and his cape billows out behind him.
Be well, Commander.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hate the sight of those types. Ugh.
He didn't seem as bad. as
They're
some
all
of the
bad.
others.
Pellio, he said that he refused to deal in the trade.
It's probably the slave trade, right?
Yes, and he's covering the arse of the people who are still doing it. So let's just bear that
That is true.
in mind. Anyway, Ultra, it's been a delight, as always.
Anytime you wish to
next
bring
one.
pretty man, I'll take you back. Look,
You're my admission price.
don't you dare get dead on me.
I wouldn't dream of it, my dear. Pop round the theatre sometime.
We wouldn't allow it anyways.
Are you making a triumphant return?
I may reprise my role as Boffo. I've found a very able Lalo. Perhaps she's ready for her Nexus debut. To be determined.
I would be so happy.
But do come round. We'll have drinks backstage.
Backstage still smells like puke.
Even in the new place.
More than get stage fright. Doesn't tell anybody.
Still.
What an asshole.
Do you have that map of the city you mentioned?
Yeah. And he just scribbles something out quickly.
Oh, wow.
and hands it. Not as quickly as some would be able to do it.
I have useful charms.
Here, and he hands you a bag full of jerky.
Nice!
Bag of jerky.
Add to inventory.
22 gold
Used bag of
pieces.
jerky with lock and sparkler.
Pellio smells it.
Can't use those with those.
Is this aged 3 months or 6?
Get the fuck out of my shop.
Love you, Ultra.
Next time you question my jerky, I'll jerk you.
Did I hear that right?
I think you did, yeah.
You jerk. He seemed nice.
Yeah.
Pellio, you were right. You do have many friends in the city.
Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? Oh, aside from the whole... Yeah.
I think you can make a big difference here. I mean, I think we all can, certainly, but you know the lay of the land, and people seem to like you in an odd sort of way.
They do, but I need people around me that I can trust.
The streets are
The
just
Brigade's here.
absolutely packed with people moving to and fro. Enough so that you can pretty much talk openly. There's just so many people that it'd be very difficult for somebody to try to overhear you.
I need to be surrounded by people that I can trust, and foolishly, naively, I feel that I can trust you. And you, Nix. Hi, nice to see you again. What I mean to say is that, yes, I have a lot of friends and people know me, and I trust none of them.
What about Morden?
Yes, I owe Morlin a visit. Can we go?
On your way, you would have to pass by the site of the old theater.
Yes. So be it.
When you get there,
Who are you talking to?
there's, instead of the building that used to be there, it's still an empty lot. It's been cordoned off by rope, and on the inside you can just see a few wooden stakes that have been planted and dug into the ground, almost as if it's just like a spike wall. And then there's a massive banner just behind the rope and the stakes that just has the logo of House Sinus fluttering in the breeze.
Sinus Industries.
To the left and to the right of the theater, those buildings, formerly other businesses, have been somehow purchased or preempted, and they now serve as barracks. Now, normally Nexus wouldn't allow for like an overt presence from the realm, but pay enough money and you can at least get a place to stay.
Does it look like there are any representatives of Sinus in the lot, or is it just that they've staked
Not
their claim?
in the lot. It's on either side. There are definitely ones, but
So it's being guarded or
Yeah.
monitored in some way? Okay. Well, it's a bit different than I remember.
Pellio, I'm sorry this can't be easy for you to witness.
what do you remember? You see this old man who's dressed in very shabby clothes and just absolutely like patchwork pants. Looks like he hasn't cut his hair in at least 30 years, so it's all wrapped up and dreadlocks and a beard that's just ugh.
Oh, I'd recognize that smell anywhere. How are you, old friend?
It's you.
Yes.
You shaved. Why?
Wow. Is it that bad?
I could have sworn that it was just the sweetest, most soft. I'm getting ahead of myself. Who are your friends?
These are companions of mine. This is Master Winthrop, former chief usher of our theatre. Isn't that right? Or have I misplaced you?
I haven't been able to find work since. Mostly just telling stories outside here. Doing my half-assed imitation of what you could do. I thought you were dead.
I didn't die as much as change, old friend. But I'm back.
Death isn't like a pair of pants, son.
Wow. The wisdom of Nexus, guys. Beautiful.
Are you quoting classical texts again?
No!
Is that a haiku?
So you didn't die, but you must have been knocked on the head some.
I deserved it all, as usual. Have you seen Morden about?
He's at his new place.
Would you like to show us? How'd you get
No.
there?
I'm not welcome there.
Why not? No hard feelings about what may have happened with this place?
Because I'm the one who burned it down.
Sorry, I have been hit in the head a lot. I thought you just said you burnt it down.
I burned this place to the ground.
Pellio was going to read intentions on
Okay.
Master Winthrop.
5 passes
Master
rolling
Winthrop.
initiative. Let's go. I'm gonna beat this old
His
man.
guile is 2.
Okay.
Just gotta cut
Put
his
2
head
extra
off. Let's
dice
go.
into that.
That's no good.
What?
What? I'm mad. That's a terrible thing
That's
to
a
do,
nice
sir.
roll.
3, 4, 5. 5. Intentions in this scene? You know what? Everything. Can we just say everything?
All of it.
His intentions in the scene are to keep you in place long enough that someone else will recognize you.
Son of a...
Right.
Checkers.
Off we go. Shall we?
No. Here.
Winthrop, we're in a bit of a rush.
I
Lovely to
kept
see you
something
again.
from the place that you might be interested in seeing.
Well, you'll have to walk with us because we're in a bit of a hurry.
I'm not welcome where you're going.
Well, we won't go in, but you can walk with us. Come on. Keep up.
No,
And-
thank you.
Right. What is it?
And he goes towards the rope and he starts shuffling around. You can see that there's some bundles of clothing that are being stashed here. And he pulls out a wadded shirt and unwraps it. And he pulls out a coin identical to the one that Nyx is carrying. You don't recognize it.
Right. A coin. Is that why you're keeping me here? Right, hand it over.
Do you know where these come from?
Well, I'd like to take a good look at it. I can't see it from there. Why don't you give it to me?
He hands it to you. It's a coin with a hole through at the center. Remember, it has text on it.
Five Hearts, can you recognize
Yeah,
this?
do I recognize it? Would I have seen these before? Other than in the presence of...
Roll your intelligence lore.
Let's go...
That's fair. That's fair.
Let's go 5 bats. I rolled 2 successes?
It's a bot.
It's really crappy.
So it's not old. These are minted, and they're not realm currency, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's not currency that you would normally see used here. So it's clearly something minted either from a nation that you don't recognize, probably not, or it's a coin that's used very specifically among a small group of people, probably as an identifier.
So some sort of secret society or a club or well, not a club
Potentially,
or whatever,
yes.
yeah.
But beyond that, it's not sure.
It's not like any money I've seen before.
Thanks, Winthrop. Go have a bath. And then I just walk
Oh,
up to the...
he's just
I keep
leaving, eh?
walking.
Yeah.
Makes a rude gesture towards you as you leave.
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
Sounds an awful like a song.
You know, if we're going to be listening to songs, we might as well be listening to songs while we take a short break. We'll be back with the reappearance of Morden in about 6 minutes. See you in a moment. Wow. It's the mic fiddling, I think, that really does us all. There you go. You in? Is everybody in? Is everybody clicked
Everyone's on?
Am I on?
Clip clop.
Yep.
I'm not.
There you go.
I'm like, oh yeah, you idiots. Sometimes you forget your mics. My mic's just somewhere else.
Pros.
Yes.
It's in elsewhere.
Yeah, what mode? Good, very nice.
I'm stupid.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
You ready?
Damn.
Yes. As ready as I'll ever be.
Sorry.
Then she fidgets for a whole minute.
There is, in fact,
Yeah, you
another
could just-
theater. It does exist, and it's only a bit further down. The theater, however, has very deliberately a sign on the above the door, and it is a circle surrounding a disc with a massive slash through it.
Oh, no.
And it is the theater of calibration's loss. Now, just for those who aren't necessarily aware, for eclipses, the time of the calendar associated with it would be calibration, which is kind of a weird point at the end of the calendar where things get funky. We're just going to put it that way. But it's there. It's your cast mark with a slash through it.
The calibration's lost?
Loss. No
Loss.
T. Loss.
Yikes.
As Real Brick Wall has just said in the
Couldn't agree
chat,
more.
calibration is when fate itself does a 5-day server reset,
Yep.
which is not far from the truth.
That's foreboding.
Yes.
Why would you name the theater that? I like the name, but why would you name the theater that?
Because he fears who he's become. If he was so closely tied to somebody, an anathema, he might be trying everything that he could to disassociate himself.
Especially if people were to have tried to beat that information out of you.
Bear in mind, he thinks you're dead.
He does. And
I could just kill you.
you're too kind.
I know.
Maybe he should continue to think I'm dead for a moment.
What do you hope to learn?
Whether he can be trusted with the knowledge that I'm alive.
Good. I'm impressed.
I used to do this professionally, Nix. But I'm glad that you were impressed.
Well, I mean, you left here because you were discovered to be double dealing. So people you thought you could trust clearly couldn't be trusted. You'll excuse my skepticism.
I got sloppy. My own fault. And I've learnt the lesson.
Too many pork rinds.
You've taken your second breath.
They're very messy.
I'm not really sure what any of this means. Whether it's a second breath, what I'm supposed to do with it. I just...
May I ask you a question?
She would know.
You may?
Would you rather find out what it means or define it?
I think that we define everything by how we choose to perceive everything. By which I mean, no matter what, I will end up defining it by the meaning that I project onto whatever it is that I find out.
You've walked in fear thinking that creation will somehow remember who you were and grant you that life again. Why do you not simply change creation so that you can take it back?
I don't have that power.
Are you certain? Because I don't believe that's true.
I have some power, but I don't believe that I can change all of creation. Perhaps you
Then
can.
you found me at the right time in your life.
You believe that we can change creation? Or that I can change creation?
She knows it.
How?
Because I was told. Do you know who you are? Truly. Behind every mask, behind every facade, behind every clever word, do you know who you are? Who you choose to be. And the world is exactly that. What you choose it to be. But only if you have the strength of will to master the tools you've been given.
So what would you have me do in a situation like this?
Once again, you turn to someone else when you have the power to make the choice yourself. I want you to fly.
Fuck it. And he just walks into the theater as himself.
Wow. And she falls.
Jaya stays behind with 5 paths for just a moment. Do you see?
I'll also follow.
You're going in?
Satellite? Do you want to?
Yeah, sure, that sounds good.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Give them
Do you
some.
see? Do you believe that I carry any more power than you do?
Power needs shape and direction. And to be given direction is to be made more powerful.
And this is how I have failed you. All of you.
How have you failed us?
Because I wasn't there to make sure that you knew from the beginning. Creation is no longer the playing field. It's the building blocks upon which we will decide how the future will form.
I think that's beautiful.
I think that beauty is the best at recognizing beauty.
I only wish that I knew that all 5 of us had similar dreams for what those building blocks can make.
Does it matter? Creation's a very big place. And we have the ability to coalesce if only we choose to wield it. It's time. It's time for Pellio to understand that you can either be beaten by the waves or you can choose where they take you. Do you wish to go and see?
I do. Have you gotten wiser? Or is it just me?
I've been given information, and it's time that I shared it.
You were never very good at sharing. Kidding.
Come on. And she takes your hand and just pulls you towards the theater.
I feel like a giddy little schoolboy.
And when you enter, you see that the same banner that was stretched above the lot
Oof.
is stretched above the stage. A proscenium arch.
Let's see who funds the theater.
Now might be a good time for you to rethink that whole.
And standing on the stage, kneeling on the stage with his back to you, just scrubbing at the boards, is the familiar hunched figure of Morton. He seems to be the only one in the theater right now. There's enough light coming in through the ceiling that it's perfectly clear here.
Without alerting him to our presence, I'd like to launch into some Bafo. I'm happy to roll performance for it if you want.
You know what? I do want to see that. 2 extra dice.
Buffo, 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 buffo.
You've read the play.
There's 5 bad
Act 2.
never stops.
Afarius, here's the thing. Yes,
My
proceeding
version.
march, we're going to be fancy because everybody sitting at this table is somebody who could call themselves a professional actor. We have to know the terms. Oh, Jesus. You're talking about me, aren't you?
Whoa.
Ourselves.
Oh, that was an 8.
That
It
was an 8,
That
I
was
can
an 8.
attest.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Nice.
How did Pellio go?
I thought my version was better.
The figure stops scrubbing. Your voice starts to resonate throughout this theater. Small, maybe, but well built, and the acoustics are great. And then at the end of Bafo's soliloquy, the nurse's reply called out in a resonant baritone. And he stands up, and he turns around, and he looks like he's aged 5 years, even though it's really only been less than 1. There's a scar on his forehead now. Angry, as if it wasn't allowed to heal properly. Perhaps it's been covered once too many times by heavy makeup and prosthetics, but it looks like it'll never heal properly, and there is a definite limp in his gait as he walks downstage and stops just before the running lights. You were never that good before.
I played Botho once more, old friend. In the small hamlet of Port Kalin, you missed a wonderful show. But it seems I missed a few things myself. How have you been? And I reach over and try to hug him.
He deliberately takes a step back. I have new patrons now.
I gathered. Bit of an ugly emblem, if you ask me.
They don't have much presence here, but between here and the old theater, they've bought up entirely. They really, really hated you.
Yes, they're not the only ones. Morden, why are you working with them?
Why are you alive?
Would you rather I died?
So that you didn't have to see this? Yes. Yes, I would rather that you were dead, that I could remember your memory, that it could inform at least one person's art instead of seeing you crawl back here, shattering my illusions of what you've become. You were divine in my eyes, and now you're just a man.
River Jade just lets out that sound and then
You didn't like my boffo just now? Is that what you're saying?
They tell me that you were a spy. But not just a spy, a double-crossing spy. I told you. Meeting with that spy master. You had art in your veins and you used it for what? And now you're here. You've managed to cheat even the majestic death that perhaps was going to be a better legacy than anything else. And you come in here into my theater and you give me a taste of what I know you aren't doing. Because I would have heard your name. I would have heard the cries, the jubilation. And now what is it? What is it that you offer me? The sword strapped to your side?
What is it you offer? I'm sorry, but you don't know what he's been through in this year. You don't know what he's done. You don't know how he's been on stage. You haven't seen him since. Who are you to say anything?
River Jade.
Morden, this is my friend, River Jade. A wonderful Lalo, parenthetically.
I gave him art. And he used it for money.
To survive. Morden, you know what it's like. Don't judge me. We've all done things we're not proud of.
Clearly. And he throws his hands up to show the banner above his head. I've been bought out, and I am little more than a slave now myself.
Well, then let's win back your freedom.
For what? I'm tainted now. There's no beauty coming from my hands. There's no truth from my eyes. There's no song from my throat. I'm a pawn. Just like you were.
Were.
And so what is it that you are now? Are you somehow special, somehow able to resist what has happened? You cheated death. How? Did you pay off the people who were trying to kill you?
Not quite.
Who are you?
Morden, you often told me that you thought that I was possessed of a particular gift, a rare, special quality that was unusual and unlike most people, most of your other students. And in a similar vein, what took place in that tea house was I was chosen. I was selected, and I became something different. And I don't quite understand what to do with it and what it all means and how it can be used. But I'm no longer the person I was when I was a pawn.
And what have you done with this gift? Have you created art?
Yes.
He has.
I've baked.
You've performed in front of...
Baked?
Don't you dare say that about baking. He is perfectly serious.
River Jade nods.
Firmly.
Could I ask you to roll your charisma presence, please?
Well, this is.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Please tell me it's a pool of 2.
Aww. 1.
Thank God you didn't botch.
That would have been.
1 success.
You had one
Oh, can I roll
line.
my appearance?
And
Next time I'll roll my
one.
appearance, it'll be great.
For the hands of the baker create nothing more than bread, while my hands deliver unto you life.
You haven't tasted this bread.
Sir,
He was quoting, by the way, from a different play.
I believe if you think that you are tainted now, perhaps we can all be cleansed through this life that you offer.
Look at me. I've been reduced to scrubbing the boards. I'm not even allowed to perform in my own theater.
What? Why?
Because I do not own it, and therefore I do not make the rules. And I was told that I could either serve this theater, so that they can choose what is put on here, or I could die. And I chose the path of a coward.
No,
No, you survived.
right. You chose the path of someone who understands that one day they would be able to make another choice.
So now I enable the propaganda of my student's former master. I've been reduced. An artist with a brush taken from him and a shackle placed upon his wrist.
And another artist who owes his own artistry to you has
They're
come
perform-
back.
They're performing tonight. Do you know what they are?
What?
The Scent of Lily. Only they've rewritten it,
Oh,
putting Sinus as the hero.
The scent of sinus.
Probably smells pretty good.
I was going to say, it doesn't sound
Nix,
like
more than
very nice.
Nix.
Hi.
Everybody who enters this theater leaves thinking that much higher over a house that I held no love for. The tickets practically given away. The performances just good enough to hold people in their seats, but the message tainted. There is no art here anymore. And it's your fault.
Well, then let me right the wrong.
What can one chosen do?
I can rewrite a play.
No, you can't. The Pellio that I knew would have chosen to leave, to run, to find a way to survive in riches and wealth, to find a way to scam whoever he could in order to live instead of dedicate himself to the art that he was born for. Who are you now? Who do you dare come forward as today?
You know, Morden, there was a moment outside when I contemplated walking into this theater in disguise. And I was encouraged by a new friend not to do that. And I walked down those steps and I launched into Boffo's soliloquy from Act 2. And I did that knowing full well that you would recognize me.
Magnificence has no place in this theater anymore. It's a house of lies.
Well, let's take it back. And let's take it back like the theater artists that we are. Subversively, cheekily, with a wink. I think we should surprise your new patrons with a rewrite of a rewrite. Something which perhaps pokes at their propagandistic machinery in some very subversive way. What do you say? I know of a very able young actor who might be able to assist in this regard.
We might know an excellent playwright as well.
Oh, yes.
Very good at working in certain messages.
And I believe someone that was
I'm not a very good playwright.
at kebabs.
My kebabs! I'll bust them out again. There's so many rats outside. I saw them, gosh.
Jesus. Rat kebabs.
We're declaring war.
No, we are declaring art. And we are declaring... Did I just say that?
I'm ecstatic, sir. We are bound
New
to
t-shirt
heroes
idea.
first. I'm declaring. We declare
I
art.
declare bankruptcy.
Sorry,
Don't worry, we're
sorry.
robbing a bank at some point, I'm
You're right.
sure.
And Morden, mark my words. I would
Pencil
sacrifice
Jane.
myself. Me, the arch survivalist. I would sacrifice myself to see those shackles taken off your wrists and the paintbrush returned to your hand and the canvas placed in front of you once again. Let's do it.
All right. You're making a persuade action.
I am doing yeah.
So I'm going to ask you to collect your charisma, and here it's going to be performance, because I think that there's still a performance in you. But what intimacy are you working off of Morden's?
Oh.
I think you already know the answer. You just have to say it out loud. You were just saying what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
What are you trying to play off of? What is Morden? Why is Morden going to go along with your plan?
Because Morden believes in art. Morden's belief in theater and the power of theater to affect change in society.
Make your roll. Your difficulty is 1. Just defining intimacy.
Don't.
Yeah, it's super fair.
Oh gosh. Do I get a stunt at all? Or?
Oh, yeah, 2 dice, 1 success, 1 willpower.
I think I might make this, guys.
Well, I will never stop laughing if you don't.
Well, you
You
got,
can't.
you got a
I mean, I got the
willpower.
one.
Yeah, if
Can
he
you
spends
imagine?
1 willpower, he's going to
Wow.
succeed.
Look at
2,
that
3,
roll.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
He doesn't
9.
need it. He got 9 successes.
9.
Damn. This side's doing well today. We
Hey-oh.
have not rolled.
Then I'm going to dismiss
rolled
the
those 2 dice
actors.
ones.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need them anymore. But a craftsman does not blame his tools. I need words. I need words and I need bodies. And I need the frustration and sweat that all good art is born from. And I need it by tonight. Can you do this, chosen? Can you do this, Pellio that I once knew?
I was born to do this.
Then by art, let us see you do it.
Give me 3 hours.
Done.
Got a lot to do in 3 hours.
I'll get to skewering.
So
Next, I'm sure there's something you
who
can do.
here's done a 24-hour theater play?
No, actually.
Yeah, not in
Oh.
hindsight. I remember you guys did. I know you did.
I wasn't in it. I directed one. It was a
TSC?
nightmare. Sorry?
TSD?
No, Concordia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, not one of my finest moments. I got a script back from them. It was 45 minutes long,
Whoops.
and we were like, "What are you? How are they gonna?" And so they had to just hide the script all around the thing. And the thing that I didn't do was be like, "No, cut it down to 5." I was a fool.
You were young.
I was young and I needed the money. Wait, there was no money.
Yeah. I
What are you doing?
I run backstage and I get a copy of the Sinus edited Scent of Lily.
So, Scent of Lily is kind of tripe already. A very sort of like, oh yeah, the hero just comes in and kicks everybody's ass and is like the winner and wins the love of the maiden, and it's all very kind of
Yeah.
patriotic bullshit.
Yeah.
The problem is that now they've rewritten it so that it's House Sinus, and Sinus specifically who is the hero and taking care of all of this, and it's complete trash and it's utter bullshit and garbage.
Well,
It's bad. It's bad. Also, somebody, the Emerald says, "Hey gang, OMG, it's the subway lady."
yeah.
The knock knock subway lady.
She's back.
Hello.
So, what are you doing with this?
I'm grabbing the Sinus edit. 5 paths. You are a whiz with pen and paper.
That is the sound I make, yes.
I've noticed, and it's quite endearing, actually. Okay, stop that.
Big scuttles, 5 paths, wizards.
Never do that again.
What do you need from me?
Our task, and when I say our, I mean your, is to take this rag of a script and lace some very, very subtle, subversive elements into the narrative, which will invite audiences to this theatre to question the integrity of House Sinus, and to rouse them into a state of rebellion against this and all noble houses. I believe that there is quite an effective way of weaving these elements into the narrative of this particular play, but you are the expert, and I turn to you now in the hope that you will be able to do that for me, for us,
Will
for the world.
you and River Jade be performing?
I have yet to secure River Jade's participation, though that is my
I'm
sincere...
in.
I love you, River Jade! You'll be wonderful!
I know. I'm very good at performing.
I know!
I have.
Yes, she's in.
Yes. Then I have an idea. It's a bit of a risk, but I think it's going to pull off what you want. And I can't wait.
Jaya approaches Nix and kind of ushers her off to the side, away from the stage and kind of more in the seating area.
Follow.
He risks revealing himself today.
It's only a matter of time before he reveals himself.
It may be necessary. It may be necessary for him. It may be necessary for Nexus. But what isn't necessary is for you to reveal yourself if you don't need to.
I don't intend to today.
But you will stand by him,
Yes.
and he will stand by you. And you believe that.
I do. I have kebabs to make.
Why?
May I help you?
Sure.
I am hopeless at cooking, but I'm very good at collecting.
Very good at skewering rats.
I can skewer rat.
But we have to go back to Ultros as well. I have an idea on how to get bums in seats.
I can help.
Oh, there we go. Promotion. Good. Don't need the rat skewers.
Come to this play or I'll kill you in your sleep. Here's your ticket.
Come to this play or your family's forfeit.
Bye.
I love the arts
See you
too.
later.
I know where you
Five Hats, what are you doing?
I am rewriting a play,
Yeah.
and I am so excited to tell you what my plan is, John, if I may.
Oh, I want to hear so badly. I'm changing the music just for you.
What a dude. If I need to roll to establish a fact, I will obviously be all about that, so that's cool too.
Okay.
What I would like to do
Yeah.
is essentially keep most of the show as it is, but reorient it so that it becomes a farce. The way I want to do that is add a character, the slave of the hero, representing House Sinus, who rides around all day, who literally just mugs to the audience all the time and is like, ugh. When the hero does something really noble, the likable servant gets to go, you know,
an
Servant is like a
Arlecchino?
Greek chorus?
yes, who gets to, yeah, sorry, what did you say though?
You're writing in an Arlecchino.
Yes, exactly. I'm updating this to be a Commedia dell'arte show.
All right.
Love it.
So that people
My theater
will
brain is
laugh
loving.
You're
laugh.
such a soldier.
so much. They will be so, they will mock the House Sinus symbol.
All right. Okay.
El Capitan.
The El
And
Capitan.
are you rolling to establish anything in lore? Is that what you were trying to do?
I was thinking maybe could I roll to establish the fact that I have heard of the tradition of a type of theater wherein there are caricatures, like broad types, that the style would be immediately recognizable to an audience, something that they already know and
You
love.
basically want to make Commedia dell'arte part of creation.
That is correct. Is that okay?
Well, we'll find out.
We're gonna find out.
It's great because you can be
Like-
masked if you want.
Add
Like
2 days.
Columbina?
damn,
Or
Better.
like Columbina?
So this is going to be an
or-
intelligence lore.
No, it doesn't fit. Which
You are a lore supernal.
So I get some.
You're gonna throw some motes in there too?
I
Maybe
am.
just another Zanny.
I'm just gonna do that.
Be
And
like a
I'm
comedy of errors
hopefully
type
gonna get
thing,
some of
like
these
your
back.
twin.
By the way,
Wins.
Pellio, you can regain your motes. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Oh, shoot.
I'm gonna need
Same with
them.
you, Nix, if you've spent it.
Thank you. While he's doing that, I was hoping to go to Ultro and ask him
linguistics roll, we're
Ultro, and ask him if he could donate a lifetime supply of meats to one individual. We're gonna have a raffle.
When you say raffle, what you mean raffle?
Well, it's a word I just came up with. I,
I
thought it sounded
understand
great.
concept of raffle.
Oh, good.
What you mean raffle for me to start giving away lifetime supply of meat?
Just one. And I've got some illegal jade you can have. But I
Could just
thought
be
that
jade.
everybody who bought a ticket for the show could put their name in a hat, and one lucky winner doesn't have to worry about meat for a year. That's
you
very
said
appealing.
lifetime, not year.
All right. Well, maybe they have a short life expectancy.
Wait, so let me get straight.
Hello.
Winner gets meat.
You're done. Your
Winner
year's
gets
up.
meat. 3 days later, winner turns up face down inside war.
Hey. Okay, let's say a year then.
You are hero, yes?
I wouldn't call me that. No.
This is the most ridiculous thing I think I've
So-
ever heard.
How
What-
is this more silly than what happened in Port California?
What do you say? A year, not a lifetime.
What does Ultro see out of this?
I will give you this
That is big hunk of jade. Okay.
Yay!
Pockets it. Look, I do something better for you, yes?
You'll spread the
Here.
word.
Well, of course, but here, and he lifts up the barrel of pork rinds and he just plunks it onto the countertop. You hand out.
This is gonna make the rats taste even better.
No, Nick,
Rats! Rats! Нет, get back here. No, 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 no. You are not
Jay,
serving
help me carry
rats.
this.
Jay's just like, I guess I'm holding the barrel. You not serve rats. You're not giving away my
I couldn't
meat.
hear you. I've got some kebabbing to do.
you can't. You can't do this.
It's a tradition now. I have
It's gonna
to.
make the rats taste so much better.
Sweet Jesus.
I feel I just got bamboozled.
Hey.
You got next.
Oh.
Look at the shades.
What is this, like B-boy stance next?
Thank you.
There you go. Now you got next.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
Gift.
Okay, your lore?
Just 2 successes.
That's enough.
To,
Oh,
To establish Commedia dell'arte as a thing, sure.
like a
Except
huge-
now it's actually something that comes from, we're gonna say, Gem.
All right.
It originated in Gem.
It would be.
And it's
In
spread.
what?
Gem, the city of Gem.
In the south,
Gem. It's
yeah.
in the south.
Then in that case, my action will be to write. Essentially, I'm writing in as much stage direction as I can, while changing some of the
Ew,
heroics.
Scott, you're putting in deliberate stage direction.
I know. I'm sorry.
What are you doing, man? You're betraying us. You're
It's
betraying
more
us
to
all.
make sure that both River Jade and Pellio have a sense of the tone that I'm going for. Well, I'm a bad writer, hey.
So if I ever wrote a script like that and I give it to you, what would you do?
Bruh, stage direction.
Yeah, just do my own thing, really. Try to meet you in the middle.
Try to meet me in the middle.
No. Okay. Well, then I'll definitely update the dialogue so that the additional character of, Arlecchino, whatever. I need a name for this. I need a name. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna come up with a name. my action will be to write the fuck off.
Oh yeah. So when I have to do it, it's fine. When you have to do it, it's a big fucking deal.
Yeah, it's true.
Bless your
fucking
soul.
So you're putting this throughout the play.
I am.
Okay. So that's just. I just want to make it clear that you are not taking 4 crisp pages and just putting something on that.
No.
Okay. That's
Waiting
fine.
for another charm for
That's
that.
fine. That's fine. River Jade, what are you doing?
So River Jade, knowing that she might have to perform this evening, is trying to do her best Pellio warm-up impressions in the corner. Like things she's observed Pellio doing before he goes on stage. Like she's just sort of trying to breathe and like stretch.
River Jade, put your pants back on. Not that part of the warm-up. Oh my god.
And she's making weird noises, but they're not quite right because she doesn't quite understand the Yeah, she's making a bunch of weird mouth noises.
Unique nexus.
Unique nexus. Uniqueness.
So I go over to River Jade.
Unique nexus.
Can I give you a bit of massage? Here, I start massaging your lower back.
Just like right now, this is what
Yeah.
I'm seeing, and that's
I see much
lower.
lower.
No, I'm massaging your lower back with my
Okay.
thumbs.
Ah,
What?
okay.
Where was your mind going,
Tune in Tokyo.
sir?
Sorry.
You have very well-defined muscles.
I know. Thank you.
There are muscles inside the body as well, as you know.
Yes.
One of which is the diaphragm. And so what I would urge you to do is to think about that muscle and use it as much as you can.
Yeah, I've got some moon silver down there.
Maybe take that out. Take out whatever you got down there.
Well, where would I put it?
We'll just pop it backstage for tonight. It'll be safe.
I'll give it to Sight of Light.
Give it to Side of Light.
Yeah.
Lovely.
You can give it to me. Of course.
Thank you.
I don't mind what you're.
So she gives you that. Do you mind taking some of the other things?
I'll take whatever you'll give me.
She gives you the jade. She also
And Jed just is like,
she gives you what else does she have in her jacket?
I mean,
you have many
gives her the
precious
book.
metals.
Solara or something. It's too much. It's too
Her
obvious.
gives
buff
you
jacket's now a lot
some of
less,
the
more billowy.
weapons that she had.
Jay is a zenith and presumably is quite good at performing as well, I would think, right? Isn't that? would
You
that-
have to ask her, man. I don't know.
Jaya,
That's racist.
Jaya, have you? Do you have any familiarity with the performing arts, or?
Well, you know, for the Numa family players, I was a lovely.
Oh god.
I
was
would
Gilder.
know
It's
a
to
passion
attract
play.
attention if I want to.
I'm not quite sure how many actors we will need for this evening, but it would be good to know that you can step in if needed.
Yes, I believe that I could,
Yes,
as long as I know where to go and what to say.
yes. We should be getting that from Five Paths shortly.
Five Pats is sweating in the other room right now, just like.
I also want to point out River Jade put some of the flowers that Sight of Light gave her in her hair because she remembers it looked good.
And thank you for your words of encouragement outside.
There's many who would stand next to you today, Pellio. Remember that.
I haven't forgotten it for a second.
Pellio, you were discouraging people from using that name earlier, now you're not. Have you decided that that's who you are?
It is one aspect of me, yes.
Okay. All right, sweaty boy. It's time for you to roll.
That me? It is time for me to roll. John, I've realized what I need to do
Yep.
is name the clown character as a very as a relatively clear reference to the guild to try to drive further separation between House Sinus and the guild, as per my lore roll from like 10 sessions ago.
Guildy.
So I'm going to name the character Obel.
Guildenstern.
It's so obvious. Should I name the character Guildenstern instead?
Yes, you can name the character
Sorry,
Guildenstern.
I liked Obel, but
Well, Obel
no, this is much better.
First name Obel, last name Guildenstern.
All right.
I love it.
2 dice, 1 success, 1 willpower.
Thank you
Kill
very much.
Julian with
I'm going to
that squeal.
spend a willpower as well for.
Guy is just dying over there.
I'm
Sorry.
also dying.
Sorry, Julian.
Sorry, dude. I got very excited. Sorry to everyone at home. I feel like listen to me
This one's for the kids back
squealing
home.
with
I was
pleasure.
also squealing.
Sun is going down. It'll be dark soon.
And then it won't. Nothing.
Because we'll all be glowing.
Or dead.
Wait,
Are you
what?
using any charms to supplement this?
Yes, you're right. Thank you. To increase the speed at which I can write this,
No.
um,
And make copies for people.
I'll
and
make
all that.
copies. Exactly. Whirling brush method. And that's kind of all I have in that sense, actually. So,
Okay.
John,
whoops.
as a precaution,
As a precaution.
in case this all goes very wrong,
Oh, it might.
yeah, I would like to test the structure of the theater.
And how would you intend to test the structure of this theater?
So I'm gonna call my giant hammer to my hands.
Hammer time.
Whoop. And I want to just
Wait, did you
touch.
just put a moat back in?
Yeah, 'cause I called it to my hands.
Yeah, but that means that you only regain the moat naturally. It's not like the moat goes out and goes in. You've spent the moat to banish it to elsewhere.
Yeah.
You don't immediately get that moat back. It's just now you could regain that
No,
moat.
in an hour it will come back.
In an
Got
hour.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put that there. I mean, it's gonna.
Okay, so, and Morden just whips his head around as he's like painting part of the set and just,
And she's just gonna lightly touch it against the wall of the theater.
the theater is,
It's beautiful.
it's surprisingly well built. It's no master craft, but it's solid. It would take a bit of a drubbing if it needed to. Somebody getting thrown around in here would probably not collapse it right away. Sinus might not be great, but they do have money.
Not forever.
How would it do against fires?
Why are you asking?
Fire is an ever-present danger in Nexus, as a lot of places are made of wood.
Thank you. She lets it go back into elsewhere.
Bloop. Did I just...
She's very talented, Morden. I told you.
Yeah, that's a huge talent you have there.
Wait until you see the show. Speaking of which,
Oh, blacksmiths. So.
what kind of a house do you expect tonight?
Well, that's a good question. Nix, what kind of a house are we expecting tonight?
Well, after arranging the raffle, Nyx has been going up to people and basically offering to catch rats in their house and inviting them to the show.
Pest control.
So she's been going around being like, hey, you got rats. I'll take them off your hands and you can come see a play
This is
later.
some Sweeney Todd shit, because
Like-
then you're going to feed it to them.
Yeah, I know.
So fucked up.
Look, everybody wins. You want bums and seats or bums
get
and
a meal.
seats. And she's specifically hitting up the poorer areas, people who might enjoy the idea of free meats and who
Sticking
might
it
be
to
more likely to
farces.
raise up in an uprising. Do you hear the people say?
Hey, you got any rats in your house? What the fuck?
She just appears like in people's houses too. She's
Morden,
like, you got rats.
okay, so Morden does inform you that a certain percentage of the seats are reserved for House Sinus dignitaries or for like upper crust who want to see the rabble get their just desserts. But otherwise, you expect a packed house. In fact, you expect standing room.
Excellent.
Nice job.
You also now have several rats at your disposal.
Nyx has been sharpening each kebab into a very pointy
end as well.
Oh, that's perfect.
wrong.
Oh boy, rat.
No, every single person who eats a kebab will also have a convenient weapon.
Wait.
Oh, nice. Shake, 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 shake. She's giving everyone like
Get him with the chopsticks.
But only the lower class.
Oh yeah. Well, anyone who won't eat rats.
5 passes out, man. I'm not down.
I'm very
You
excited.
don't belong in our revolution. Now eat this rat.
There is one awkward moment that I have to point out. As you're learning your lines, as you're doing your blocking. Now, remember, first of all, I should point out that in civilizations pre the assault on information force, memorization was actually a tool that everybody had to have, right? A king would deliver a message and you'd have to remember it word for word instantly and be able to deliver it again 6 months later, word for word. This was a thing that people had to do. So it isn't unreasonable that you'd be able to memorize the words that 5 Paths Ascending is trying to give you. What might not be as reasonable is when the actors for today's actual performance show up.
Right.
They are rude mechanicals.
My man.
So much theater love going on.
I hope you guys like the theater.
Are we getting the theater references in the chat?
They'll either love it or hate it after the day.
All I really hope is that people are like, oh, nerds. Just fucking nerds.
That was already.
Yeah,
That was
that's
established
where
long
we're here,
ago.
right?
Yeah,
I think we're all-
So they come in, it's a 2-hander normally, so it's a 3-hander if you're, adding a character here. And the 2 that enter just come in, what's everybody doing here? What's going on?
From California?
It's the West, yeah.
Oh, you didn't get the message?
What message?
Your big break, my friend. You've been asked to perform in the theater next door.
Yo, what?
Yes, yes.
But I thought I was hanging here.
No,
Also,
no.
is there a theater next door? I'm not even sure.
No, not the actual.
You can roll lore to establish a theater
will-
being next door if you want.
No, I will. No, the theater is called the theater next door.
Oh my god.
Um,
Baller. See, that's sorry. I like
roll
that.
your lore. Roll your intelligence lore. Let's see. Your difficulty's 1. Go ahead.
Do I get a stunt for that? A little bit?
You can get 2 dice, but like, can you spend votes on lore?
Yeah, I do have 1 dot in lore.
All right. Well,
Oh, but you have a charm in lore.
no, it has to be a
Oh.
favored or cast
Oh,
ability
okay,
for him
so-
to have that.
Or a charm.
This one out.
Or a charm, yes.
1, 2.
That's enough. Yo, like the theater next door?
They didn't tell you.
No, are we performing at the theater next door? And the other person's like, no fucking way.
My friends, you've been asked to play Lalo and Boffo in the theater next door tonight.
Lalo and Boffo? Dude, I'd be a total Boffo. No way, dude, I'm the Boffo. Fuck you, dude, I'm the Boffo.
Anyway, I think this might be your moment. I'm
all I've ever wanted.
envious of you both. I hope you enjoy it.
Where's my car?
Some of us haven't been so lucky in our
Yo,
careers.
but dude, theater next door is like, it's like an hour away, man. And that's if we have a horse. I don't have a horse. No, I don't have a horse either, dude.
You better hurry then.
Yo, dude, we gotta hurry. Do you remember your lines? Yeah, I remember Boffo's lines. Fuck you, dude. Yo, man. You're alright.
Remember me when you're famous.
What's your name, man?
Pellio.
Dude, Pellio, like it. It's an awesome name.
It's
You know, I'm gonna change my name to Pellio. No, you can't, dude. I'm gonna change my name to Pellio. Fuck you, dude. And I'm Boffo. Fuck you, dude. And they turn around and they leave.
Which one was played by Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah. Dude, what's mine say?
Dude, where's my Boffo?
Man, where's my buffo?
And as they start leaving, they're like, oh, dude, I smell rats. Dude, but they're like sweet rats.
They weren't so rude after all.
Yes, they were. They're idiots.
Well, yes, but I wouldn't say they were impolite.
The theater next door playing That's crazy.
Yes, it is. I'm surprised that worked.
But it worked.
Yes. Yes.
So
I'm just waiting. I'm actually going to do it. Smash cuts to 2 hours from now. Wait, what? What do you mean? Oh, gnarly, dude! I've been practicing my Bafo all day. Fuck you, dude! I was gonna play Bafo. Fuck you, dude! Neither of us are playing Bafo today. We're gonna be late for our performance. Oh. Gnarly, dude. Yeah. Fuck.
Thank you.
All right, Pellio, so they know your name. How do you hope to proceed here?
What do you mean?
When the dignitaries come in to watch the show.
Oh, yes, I have a brilliant idea. It's customary for the upper crust to enjoy a bit of a snack during the intermission. What I propose to you is that you
Oh, you
administer...
put an intermission in? You suck.
Sorry.
Dude, like 70 minutes. Keep it tight.
It's just not the style in Nexus. I don't know what to tell you.
What I might propose to you, of course, if you're interested,
Once for drinks.
is that we administer a particular coating of something salty onto the concessions that these
You-
upper crust...
you're not gonna on the rats, are you?
Salty so
You're not
that...
gonna.
No, they're not going to eat the rats.
No, they won't eat the
They're
rat.
lost, but they're not going to eat the rats.
No, but they might eat something else.
What do you mean? What would you do to the rats?
Are you trying to tell me to kill them? Are you trying to tell me to paralyze them?
Are you gonna jizz on the
make them
rats?
fall
Oh!
asleep?
I think you're the only one. I don't think any of us are thinking that at all.
But Mission Control was thinking.
Sorry,
that too.
what's just happened? What I feel that my reputation has been besmirched. Has suffered a... What the hell just happened?
River Jade said, "Are you going to jizz on the rats?" There we go.
River Jade. I'm hurt.
One would say that I've been hanging out with you too long, baby. Just gotta.
Am I gonna jizz on?
You said
the rats?
salty, a salty covering. I don't
I
know.
meant poison. I meant poison.
Oh, okay.
I
I'm
just.
sorry.
Hey, my poison ain't
Ignore
salty.
me. I'm gonna go to the corner. She's beat red and runs away.
What?
It has no taste whatsoever. That's the point.
Fuck, Jess! Just like...
Sorry,
I think we should take this opportunity to poison some of the dignitaries from
No,
House Sinus.
no. That's a bad idea because then the people who put on the show become the bad guys.
No, I think that we should not necessarily kill them, but sedate them.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yes, sedate them, strip them naked, and then let the rabblement humiliate them publicly after the show. In order to deal a blow to the reputation of House Sinus. Have these dignitaries humiliated
Or
publicly.
we could make sure they get really, really drunk and make asses of themselves.
All that, yes.
Does that seem like a fair?
That sounds like a fair compromise. I'm happy to do that. And that way they can, nobody's pointing the finger, they just got really drunk.
Exactly.
And we may want to consider Morden's involvement. Because right now, it can be a rebellious group of actors who came out of nowhere, led by he who was thought to be dead, Pellio, put on this show. If Morden seemed to be helping us, then that's curtains for
I
him.
think Morden, I think we should...
Thanks, 5 pence.
Back home, we call it a fist bump.
Weird.
It's
Sorry?
true, we do call it a fist bump.
Thank you, Jane.
How are they cool?
We might want to
They were
consider
monks.
Cool
staging
monks.
something.
It's
Look
chilly
like
up there.
He was tied up, locked in a room while this happens, so we could take over the theater.
Kunks.
That's very crafty of you. I was going to suggest that we perhaps try to hide him in Ultra's shop, but that might even be a better idea. So yes, let's do that.
He will never agree to that.
Oh no, he loves performing. He's an actor at heart. He will relish this particular piece of meta theatre.
Should we ask him?
Yes, I think we should. Would you like to do the honors?
It's probably best that you do it.
Morden, River Jade wants to tie you up. Just kidding. Just. I needed to get you back.
You make one bad comment one time.
Did speak of fertilizing
what's
the
going
tree.
on? I'm here. Yes, what?
Morden,
Yes.
you won't be
You're
performing
raising
in tonight's show, but you will be performing backstage. Are you okay with that? Have you paid up your union dues and stuff?
It's important to pay up your union dues. The union is there for you,
Yes,
to protect you.
precisely.
Thanks, actor.
Extra.
Feel free to just use that.
I'll roll to establish an extra.
My compatriot Nix had a rather brilliant thought, which was that you might be placing yourself in some danger. And so we would like to create the ruse that you have been tied up and, against your will, I should say, not tied up voluntarily, because it's not that kind of an evening tonight, but though it could be. In order to
Focus, Pellio.
Sorry.
He doesn't look disappointed.
We don't want any more harm coming to you. I certainly don't want that. I see what's happened to your forehead and your leg, and it's, let's just pretend like we're a band of roguish
You're
vagabonds.
saying that you don't want me to sacrifice for art. You don't want me standing next to you.
No, I want you standing behind me. In a figurative sense. And a literal
Stealing
sense.
my spotlight.
And a literal sense because you'll be backstage. I don't think...
I accept your role. I will play the part of a victim. For
Yes.
you. For art.
And know that I cast you in that role, and that I play my part for you. And for art.
It's time for some rolls, folks.
Before that happens, I have a few charms I'd like to use.
Of course you do.
Oh, come on. Look. How many times have people been like, "Oh, it's combat. It's time for me to throw like 9 charms into one thing." It's Pellio's time to shine.
Oh, thanks, you guys.
You figure out your arts. While you're doing that, I'm going to tell what everybody else has to be doing, so you
Okay.
can sort that out.
Okay.
Scott,
Yes.
Five Paths Ascending is going to need to roll his intelligence linguistics.
Okay.
Your difficulty to create the effect that you want is going to be 5. However, you are getting 2 dice, 1 success, 1 willpower. River Jade,
Yeah.
you are training for this play whether or not it's going to suck.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm going to ask for you to roll your charisma
Yep.
or your appearance.
Charisma.
Okay. Your charisma and then performance.
Yeah, that's 0.
But you're going to get 2 dice for the stunt.
And you have an intimacy about performing, don't you? That I instilled in
do.
you many
The
moons
intimacy
ago?
is not going to help her with
No.
this roll, though.
Um,
It helps convince her to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's all for it. I'm spending a willpower.
That's a wise choice.
Yeah, because I'm only rolling
2
6
dice.
dice.
Very smart.
So-
Nix.
I am rolling.
There's one more thing that I want to do per Pellio's idea.
Okay.
I want
be
to
the biggest roll of it.
mix some incredibly strong alcohol and fill little tiny bottles with little bows and put them on all the dignitaries' seats.
Okay. Excellent.
I like that.
You are going to roll.
Whee.
As I steal your sheet, I want you to roll. This is going to be your wits and your larceny.
Thank you.
What was my difficulty?
Your difficulty for what you're trying to do, you're just trying to be a supporting actor on this
Yep.
one. You're essentially trying to make sure that you don't mess this up for
Yep.
someone else. So your difficulty is 2.
I got 4.
Yay!
And Pellio, what are you doing?
So many dice.
So impassioned
Oh my
orator
God, you do.
and masterful performance.
Okay.
So masterful performance gives me 1 auto success, and then I reroll 1s, and then
Yep.
impassioned orator is double 9s.
Yep. So
Awesome.
Is
you're
there
going to
other-
get
Sorry.
2 dice,
Okay.
a success, a willpower.
Okay. Yeah.
It's 2 successes for me.
2 successes is what you needed.
Awesome.
Now,
That's a leaner.
what I want you to do, Amir, is I want you to count the successes you have and not tell us.
Okay.
Scott,
Yeah. It's a good roll, man.
Double 9s.
did you say a good roll or was it it's a roll?
It's a good roll.
Okay.
12.
Okay.
Five Paths has a career in the theater.
5 Paths Ascending, I have to ask you a question then.
Okay.
What is your intention? Are you intending to try to cause this rabble to riot?
Yeah, this rather than instilling an well,
I mean, you're definitely going to be trying to instill an intimacy. That
Right.
that we know.
but in terms of inspiring, I would like to inspire not so much a riot, so much as like mirth, joy, mockery, the sort of like a joie de vivre almost, you know, like a sense of celebration.
But a mockery at the expense of Sinus.
That is correct.
Okay. All right.
It's a lot of notes.
It's showtime.
What was he instilling, though? You said
Yeah, what intimacy are you trying to instill?
Sorry to
No, it's okay.
Good call, good question.
Those who take away the freedom of others should be free to be mocked. Needs to be stronger than that. Those who take away the freedom of others do not deserve their own.
Okay. Real Brick Wall says, John, a very mean ST. You need to get 5 successes to make a play with a blatant political message. Scott, a fantastic player. Yeah, I got 12. To be fair, this isn't a blatant political message. What he's trying to do is thread the needle between inspiring the crowd and getting them kind of to feel away without Sinus immediately shutting the play down the
Yeah, that's
instant
fair.
that they see this third character on stage.
I've seen this in a lot of movies, though, where there's people like, hey, what? And then someone's like, no, let's see how this plays out.
Exactly. Like it's a very fine tightrope because you're trying to appeal also to people who are of different social classes and making some jokes that they might get that others might not.
Okay, they're
It
making
is
it
a
to-
complicated thing to do.
Player came from Hamlet.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
rats.
It's
But maybe a year's worth of pork rinds,
It's true.
Or
oh yeah,
a
someone
lifetime.
has to do this raffle.
depending how you want to look at it. Sharpening her wire.
True to your predictions, it looks like it's going to be a standing room only crowd. Wow. The theater is filled to the rafters, and there are indeed more than a few of the dignitaries of House Sinus, high-ranking military officials, governors, people who they like right now, their various masters and mistresses. It's amazing, but River Jade is an excellent performer tonight.
Learn from the best.
Are you the one playing the Arlecchino character?
Yeah. I will be playing Obel
That makes
Guildenstern.
Yes.
Wait a second.
Jaya is actually also quite a capable performer. Not to the point where she's outstripping River Jade, but is absolutely holding her own. Clearly has some, at least innate talent. But the Arlecchino character, Obel
Guildenstern.
Guildenstern.
Mm-hmm.
Pellio, how many successes did you roll?
Lucky 13.
Still my heart.
Yeah, I need to take an intimacy after today.
Everybody in the audience can't help but laugh. Everybody in the audience laughs until tears roll from their eyes. It is both mind-bendingly funny and mind-bending. And you can almost feel the attitudes of the crowd change as your performance goes over. I assume that you didn't spend enough motes of peripheral essence to, like...
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
I didn't. But, well, I'll wait for the performance to finish.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck yes.
Even the members of House Sinus are lubricated, but they're laughing right along with them, as if they're recognizing their own follies and agreeing with it. The applause doesn't even start right away. That moment of hesitation right as the play is over, that they are hoping desperately that maybe there's just one more scene, one more line even, before that they're willing to burst into that applause to show that they're appreciating of a work of art they just saw. But it's thunderous. Port Kalin applauded you, but this is a stage you were born to be on. And during the curtain call, are you going to do anything?
I beckon over to my scene partners, to my cast.
Mm-hmm.
I bow. I invite them to bow.
Bow.
We leave. And we wait.
Oh, there's more. There's more applause. There's definitely enough for at least another couple of curtain calls.
I come out on my own.
This is when the cloud roars up.
I blow kisses to the crowd.
They're eating it up.
I look over to the TD or whoever's running the lights.
It's probably me, let's be real. I've got like a bunch of candles, I'm like running around.
Dousing one, lighting
Yeah.
another. Sweat.
I tell you to turn the lights off.
Don't blow out the candles.
Blackout.
Yeah.
And I flash, for the briefest second, I flash my cast mark up against the flag hanging from the rafters of the stage, so that the cast mark on the flag is illuminated by my, the flash of my essence. But for such a brief second that people aren't sure, I want to create the effect that people aren't actually sure that it's actually happened.
The cheering intensifies, but the temperature of the room goes up by half a degree as those who think they may have been had realize that in the theater of Calibration's loss, something else may have just occurred. A few people put their hands on their weapons, and I think we'll end the session here.
Aw, rats.
You were just waiting. You were just waiting for that.
Rats. Rats and pork.
Do you want to be in the next play?
No. I have a job to do.
Oh my goodness.
Folks, it is time to send in your decision point. Just throw it down in the chat what you thought might have been the moment that defined this session. In the meantime, we'll ask what happened here. And we'll find out what achievement was earned this session. Scott.
Yeah. I learned that 5 paths, like I don't have any particular sort of intimacies towards the goal of like changing the political landscape of creation, but I realized today that 5 paths is really interested in supporting the goals of his friends if they are worthwhile, if he believes that they're worthy causes.
Jess?
Yeah, so River Jade learned that she perhaps cares more for Pellio and trusts him more than she initially realized, especially when Morden was kind of giving him shit. She hated that.
Liz.
Nyx, in a similar vein, learned that she could trust Pellio and said that out loud for the first time.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Amir?
Nothing. Just kidding. Pellio finally knows who his friends are. For the first time ever.
It's Jaya.
And a bunch of intimacies and all sorts of things.
Yeah, I gotta update that.
I have a feeling there's going to be some updates to the intimacies for people's sheets today. What I will point out, however, is that you're getting 5 experience for today's session and 4 solar experience.
I get it.
This was the greatest enabling of an eclipse that I've seen from you so far. An eclipse cast is a strange thing in some ways. They're designed to be diplomats, ambassadors, not necessarily leaders like a Zenith or a Dawn. And yet, the tools that they use in order to work their craft are very different than a simple force of will. You could have just destroyed the theater. You could have whisked Morden away, taken down the banners. And I believe that, in fact, if we had done this 2 months ago, it would have been possible that Pellio would have simply attacked any sign of House Sinus immediately, but he didn't, and instead took an action that might be much more damaging to them, through a play. However, one of you earned 1 extra experience today, and I'll reveal that in a second, just to let you know what the decision point.
I can't wait.
So, option 0, is he gonna jizz on the rats? 1, Pellio human-splains to Sight of Light. 2, 5 Paths adds a much-needed character to an awful play. Or 3, the party meets Ultros, curer of meat.
This is some weird options, y'all.
The age of Ultros. I like
Let's see what mood you're in.
So the votes are coming in now. The achievement, which I previously revealed to you, although I didn't explain what it was, and I don't think any of you guessed what it was Nice Job Breaking It Hero.
Yeah.
Which is the player who first breaks the storyteller.
It's a you.
Just
So
The most ridiculous line.
it's been sitting here for, 19 sessions, and it was earned today
Amazing.
by you.
It's super well deserved. I also, if I can just jump in really quick, I don't know what you guys were implying, but you were talking about like we should coat the something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, maybe he means some liquor to like get them liquored up, and then
Right.
you were like, no, it's poison, and then River Jade over here just chimes in. I was like, what? It was truly like an option 3 that I had never thought
Yeah, it was
of.
magical.
Now, I'm going to reassure you that the things that you did are going to start taking effect basically now.
Whoa.
I assume that you didn't want people dropping over mid-performance.
No.
So
Just wanted them
we are going to resume
good.
immediately at the end of this session for you. So be prepared.
Okay.
But I will let you spend experience
Cool. Thank you.
Everybody's got a shiv.
because you weren't mid-combat.
Right.
So you can do that. However, today's decision point, the winning option was,
Oh boy.
is he going to jizz on the rats? Now's a good time for us to, now's a good time for us to just point out that, Beanduck has a lot of quality content on his channel. Quality content that you might want to check out for your more intellectual or creative pursuits. Where I can guarantee you that they probably don't talk about ejaculating onto small mammals. What do we have in store tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have Friend Request, and that begins at 6 p.m. They are playing
Fireball Island?
Fireball Island with Kathy Jelly and Aaron Stamboli.
Dude,
And tomorrow's Depth of Field, which is at 9, is going to be a Comic-Con focused one. We're going to do a little recap and air the panel that we had with Amber Goldfarb and Tristan D. Lala.
Oh, fabulous.
sweet.
And
What
then
about Wednesday?
Wednesday, we have our cosplay cave, 6:30 p.m. We have 2 fabulous guests lined up.
I mean, what do I say?
Say it was a great session, man. That's
thing
what I'm
is-
gonna say.
The thing is, I know that sometimes it's very fun to like just delve deep into our emotional cavities and just kick at the wounds that we have there and see what comes out.
Damn.
And sometimes
It's blood.
sometimes you just get to laugh, and I appreciate that. I mean, laughing is a wonderful thing to do. So thank you for that. I have to thank the crew who are standing by, who hopefully won't immediately just,
Shut us down.
like just shoot me in the head
Whoa.
for enabling this.
Whoa.
But we also have to thank. I mean, we had people subscribing. We had people resubscribing. Speckled Bird subbed for the 5th month in a row.
Hey,
Speckled Bird.
Yeah, I'm sure that I'm missing others because I mean sometimes I have to pay attention to you yokels, you chuckle fucks. But I really enjoyed just seeing people. I mean, if you get a chance, you should really watch the recap, which is on Saturdays when
10 a.m.
10 a.m. Eastern Daylight, because just the chat was going pretty bonkers over some of this, which was great to see. If you want to discuss what happened in this episode, honestly, you can do it on Twitter. Our Twitter handles are right down there. You can see them. But the best place to do it would be on Beanduck's Discord server, which the link is also below, and someone will paste it into chat because we have awesome people. If you're ever worried that you don't know what's going on, you can consult the wiki at fullparty.wikidot.com, which borrows either in large or entirely in part from the efforts of Real Brick Wall, who types out in real time what's going on in a session, which is kind of crazy.
The real hero.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
The hero creation truly needs.
he is
Certainly not us.
he is the hero that creation truly needs. You guys are the hero that I need. Thank you. I had a wonderful time today with you.
Likewise.
John.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
John.
Folks, we'll be back here next Monday, and we'll see how this play goes. The play's the thing.
Wherein we'll catch the conscience
Of
of
House
the
Sinus.
Nexus. Oh, right, yeah. House Sinus.
Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
And I jizzed on the rats.
What do you think of me?
Also, there are a lot
lot of
jizz on the
rats.
There are. That's a
So
lot.
it's like, you can't get them all.
Look, you had talked about jizzing on bread.
Are we still talking about this?
I mean, you fucked a tree.
But I mean, rats. Rats? Come on.
Dead
They're
man.